All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible long weekend. So thank you guys. Good morning. Peter, how you doing today?
Hey, Carlos, I'm good. We had a busy and snow-filled weekend. We had something like 72 centimeters. What is that? 2.5 feet of snow fall this weekend. So it was just snowmageddon here. And now, of course, you can imagine the snowbanks are super tall. You can't see around any corners in the neighborhood. It's crazy. I was sharing. I'm not sure if this picture will show up well. I was sharing with members in the room. This is my deck in the backyard that I had to cut a path to go check on my gas meter to make sure I wasn't going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning because if it gets buried. But this deck was clear on Friday. And now I had to like carve a path through it to get to.
That is a lot of snow, man. Yeah,
It was a lot of
send it in
snow.
the chat. Yeah,
Right.
that's a lot, man. That's a lot. We don't get snow
Anyways,
like
but
that
you
here
know
in the
what? Hey,
middle,
look,
the Northeast
we're
anymore.
all
We used
good.
to, man. We used to get slammed, but not anymore. Like we
You
we've
know, it's
seen
funny
that.
because everybody's saying, "Oh, it's crazy." It's like it's snowmageddon, as I was saying, or whatever. But I'm like, this is just the way winters used to be. We just haven't had a lot of snow in like 10 years. We've forgotten. But when I was a kid, this was like
Oh
every
yeah,
winter. That's what it always
1990s,
was.
man. Snow days, actual snow days, not this. Let's come up with a snow day out of nowhere, like actual snow days. Car stuck for a couple of days. Yeah, we had that. We had that. We don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Friends, the quick look at our gappers list this morning brought to you by tradingterminal.com. So you can see right on here, very nice tight list today. But a couple of really nice names I do like this morning that have traded well for us in this past, especially SMCI. So looking forward to that. Nvidia should be coming up on this list shortly, almost up 2%, 7 million shares traded. That's looking nice. So yeah, a lot going on this morning. Looking forward to getting started here. And yes, it is Tuesday. People are reminding me that it is Tuesday. Absolutely, it is Tuesday. Short week coming up. All right, let's go to U.S.
Well,
economic
short week.
calendar and see what's happening here.
Yeah, short week already on top of us right here. So yes, it is a shortened week, and we did have only one piece of economic data coming out at 8:30 this morning, which is the Empire State Manufacturing Survey. Interestingly, last reporting period, which would be the January data, January. This says it's a February reported data, but we're still in February, so I'm not sure how that's the case. Anyways, whatever the last reporting period was, it was negative 12.6. This is a relative scale, by the way, on this survey. And the expectation was going to be negative about 1 this period, and it actually came out at positive 5.7. So what does that mean? It just means that the manufacturing index in the New York State, I don't know, is improving better and faster than expected. So that's relatively good news. Last time we saw improvement at this level, it was back in late 2020, early 2021. So I think that's good news. If it continues, that would be a good sign. Later this morning, we do have the Home Builders Confidence Index, which is expected to be relatively positive. Oh, I should have put a number in there for that. Anyways, and then we've got a number of Fed speakers that are coming out. So today at 10:20 at 1, and then there's a couple after the market close. So relatively light day, but it'll be interesting to see what the Home Builders Confidence Index shows us. Right now, if I look at the market reacting to the New York State manufacturing, there is no reaction. The market says, okay, fine, thanks. Thanks for sharing. Don't really care. So I think we're just left to our stocks that are in play. And we've got a couple, including the crazy SMCI. What is wrong with people? Anyways, we'll talk about that when we get there. But we have a couple of earnings as well. Earnings season is not quite over, although it is sort of winding down. There's none of the big ones. They've all already happened. But yeah, it's slowing. We're slowing into the end of this earnings season.
Yeah, we sure are. We're just, I think pretty much the big one coming up is Nvidia next week. This week is very, very light as far as earnings goes. We'll be waiting for next week to see what's happening there. All right, friends, as I showed you our gappers list, again, very light this morning. Let's dive into the first one, PGY. So PGY on deck. We've seen this ticker many times in the past. Normally does not make my list. And today, I think it's going to be the same thing as well. So Pagaya Technologies is up here 20%, 2.3 million shares traded. Again, normally not a great intraday trading ticker for me. Great action, the pre-market as far as the range, right? It's all in one candle, though. I mean, if you look at it, the range is all in one candle, which is not nice. 24.50 all the way down to around 15.28. Peter, what's the latest and greatest here, and anything that we can actually trade off?
PGY, yes. They Pagaya Technologies. You know, they were confusing to me. I did try and look them up this morning, and I gave up very quickly because I didn't see what the news was. Maybe I'm just missing it here, but I don't see. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't see any news. I don't see any coverage difference. I don't see analyst reports. I'm not sure why they're moving today.
All right. All right, we'll leave them alone. Again, I'm not a big fan of it anyway, so not a big deal. Let's look at GRAB, which is our the Grab Holdings. I have no idea what this is. Probably our, is it low flow of the day? No, not really. 2.3 billion shares flow, so massive flow. Peter, I'm not sure what this is, but it's up here, 11.6, lower price stock, 7.1 million shares traded. Again, typically doesn't meet my style of trading. Anything good on it today?
I'm not. Again, this is another one that's confusing to me. Like back in January, they did announce that they were partnering with BYD, which is one of the. I mean, I think it's the largest electric car company in China. One that we typically don't. We just don't trade it because it doesn't have a good trading stock, unlike the others, which are all traded on the market. So it's a little bit of an outlier that way. But anyways, they partner with them to do fleet management and distribution. But in terms of why today? Why is this moving? I don't know. There's an article with the Dallas News, but I can't read it. So I don't know what's going on. I seem to be out of news this morning, Carlos. Not doing very good so far.
All good, man. All good. It is AKA Monday, Tuesday as we get things rocking and rolling here. So we just got to warm up the engines. Yeah. So we're just getting started. 4-day weeks, 3-day, 4-day trading weeks throws off our game sometimes, man. I feel rested today, though. I'm not sure about you, Peter, man. I feel like I got some good rest over the weekend.
Did you? That's good.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you did, piling up all that snow, but yeah, I did, man.
I did the rest of the weekend, but last night I was having these bad dreams, so yeah, didn't go for me well last night.
That's not good. Did you bag hold a stock? What did you do?
No,
I don't know. What? That laugh says a lot, man. Don't share it.
I think it was all the news. Yesterday, our news cycle here was consumed by that plane crash in Toronto. That plane out of wherever it was out of, Wisconsin, or I can't remember where it was from, but where actually the plane flipped over on landing. Like, how does that happen?
I'm surprised there's no videos of it. This is a big airport. They have cameras everywhere. So I guess people are being very cautious. Remember those 2 people got arrested for releasing that video? There's got to be a video somewhere. We have to see how this happened. Man, thankfully, everybody survived. The fuselage did not crack. That's when you have a problem, when it cracks. This thing rolled over. The wings fell off. They're not on the plane. And it stayed intact, man. So amazing. I'm still laughing at the guy. Not laughing, but thinking about the guy that, while he's getting out of the plane, he decides he's going to turn on his phone and start recording on the way out. I'm like, dude, really? Just get out the plane. He's in the plane recording as he's getting out. So it's just amazing. New world. Let's take a look here. SMCI this morning. Man, oh man. We are up 7.1 right now. 5.8 million shares traded. That is incredible. So really like what I'm seeing here. Great day on Friday. That's the last trading day. Peter, this is rocking, man. Gonna be on my list today. What's the latest and greatest?
All right. First, let me apologize, everybody. I have to go old man here on SMCI, because I don't get it. Like, is everybody crazy, or is it just me? SMCI, remember they didn't release their numbers. They had the hit report from Hindenburg. Everybody said they had bad accounting practices. They still haven't fully fixed it. They were supposed to release numbers last week. They sort of released numbers, but it was more of guidance than it was actual financial statements. And the CEO comes out and says, "Yeah, we're going to do 40 billion in revenue." That's not like there was no like data behind it or number. He just threw a number out. Feels like he picked that out of the air, and everybody's going gaga over the stock. I don't know, man. It just seems a little. Everybody wants this to do well. I get it, man. The AI, it's positioned in AI. Everybody wants to see a big pipeline. The CEO is promising it, but when you get a CEO making up numbers and you still don't have any financial reports, I'm not going to be an investor. If we can trade this, trade it till the cows come home. Like go crazy. Why not, right? It's moving, it's got volume. Like it's a great trading stock, but as to why it's rising over the long term, I figure I don't know. It feels a little aggressive for people. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, you can't even get on my lawn. Get off my snowbanks. Anyways, yeah. So look, really, it's just it's going up because of hope. It's hope and dreams in SMCI's future with AI and the CEO's statement that they are poised to do 40 billion in revenue, which is well above, by the way, what the analysts were expecting. So, yeah. So I mean, good news for them. Can they sustain it? I guess we'll find out. I mean, look, I could be eating my words here in a couple of weeks or months, but my odds-on bets are that's not the case. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. And I agree with you. It has been lack of news and transparency, not transparency, just lack of information. It's been weird on this one. But as far as trading it, we have had a lot of fun. You can see this daily here, how all over the place it has been. So yeah, we actually covered the gap down. We had that back in November, October. So again, looking good here. Tons of volume. Will be on my list today. But yeah, very interesting on how the overall data on this stock is. Let's take a look at Intel this morning. Intel is on our list here. Again, Intel showing some signs of life here, trying to get going. They're working on a couple of deals that are helping them. Some of the policies that the administration is passing is beneficial to them, making U.S. companies a little more, benefit from that, from those chip stuff. But Peter, is this tradable, man? I mean, I saw it last week. It wasn't fun. It's just very difficult to trade. It's here again today. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, there's a couple of news articles coming out on Intel that has got interest back in them. So there's a rumor that they may spin off part of the company, that there's an unsolicited offer from Taiwan Semiconductor to either buy in as a partner or buy out part of their business. Intel has actually not responded to that I can see. So this is the rumor from apparently an insider who states this is the case. Neither Taiwan Semiconductor nor Intel have formally commented against that rumor. And then there's another rumor out there that Broadcom is going to put in a bid for Intel's design services and may be a competitive bid. So there's enough rumors that it feels like there's probably something happening, but this also could be just one of those things about the snowball going downhill, right? Other people just want to get in on it, and they're taking tiny snippets and creating these bigger rumors. As far as we know, there has been no formal offer made for any part or all of Intel's business. However, with the rumors of two big chip manufacturers with deep pockets in Taiwan Semiconductor and Broadcom potentially interested in picking up either part or all of Intel's business. And we know they've been troubled for quite a while now and have lost their, what used to be their premier position in the marketplace. I mean, that's good news for Intel, but we need to see something behind it. We need to see some substance quickly, or Intel's probably going to just go back to where it was and lose this, that not only the gains it's made on the stock price, but the interest in the volume that we're seeing. So for now, though, the rumors are rife. Intel's in play.
Yeah, I'm going to have it on my secondary list, guys. I think it's worth looking at. But again, we saw it last week, and it wasn't great. So hopefully that changes. So on the secondary list for now. Back to our gappers list. Let's take a look at, actually, there's one more. RXRX, great ticker name, but usually doesn't trade very well. On the daily, though, you can see here a beautiful trading day on Friday. Went from $9 to about almost 11 there. And this morning already has up 9.5, 6.8 million shares traded. So definitely in play. Let's take a look at Friday, how it traded. So if we look here on Friday, again, good volume. Hard to tell how clean this was. There are a lot of wicks here, so difficult to tell. But yeah, Peter, it's in play. Again, typically we don't watch this one, but today seems to be a day they're active as we go into this morning.
Yeah, like you said, this was active last week. They seem to continue to be active today. I mean, it's not really. I don't know. I don't see any big corporate news, so they are trying to figure out why they are moving here. I'm really, Carlos, all these stocks, man. We don't have good news on everything. I'm struggling to have all the good news on things. I don't know.
Man.
I hate to do it, but I don't know. Because last week they had announced that they revealed that they were an investment partner of Nvidia, which is always good, right? I mean, but again, like I've said many times, like it seems like every single company out there is a partner of Nvidia. So, but I assume that maybe they're just continuing to bank on that because, but again, it wasn't actually new. It's not like it was a new investment on Nvidia side. They've been an investing partner with them for, I don't know, a while now. And I guess it's just, when the right people get a hold of it, it becomes news and trading volume goes up. We're almost, oh my God, we're almost 7 million shares this morning. So, okay, right? Keep going.
Yeah, we got some volume and we threw some volume. We threw some volume in on Friday as well, 83 million, which is almost double what they normally do. Looks like quickly doing some math. So yeah, they're definitely in play. Something is clearly going on there. As far as trading, I am not sure on this one. We can come back to it. I'll throw it on a secondary for now, and then we'll see where it goes here.
They're a late reporter on earnings, so their earnings are coming up not this week, but next week on the 25th. So actually a week from today. So I mean that could keep them in play for the next week if people really think that they've got something good to report. Normally we wouldn't pay attention to their earnings, but again with the news out of the Nvidia's investment, and it happens that their earnings are their earnings are going to come just a day before Nvidia's, so that might keep the interest on Recursion Pharmaceuticals, RXRX. I do like the ticker, by the way, just the good little punny there, RXRX. The name is Recursion.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like it.
Agreed. All right, friends, let's take a look at what else we have going on here. So that is our gappers list. We got another one that just came in on here, which is Nvidia. We're waiting for this one to pop up above 2%. So you can see them here right now. Nvidia, 7.7 million shares traded, which again, that's a lot of volume for 8:48 Eastern time already. So that's looking pretty nice. Peter, obviously this is in play today. The daily also has been looking rather nice over the last couple of days. Recover all the way from 112. Man, why we didn't just bet the whole house on this. But from 112 all the way to 141 this morning. What's the latest and greatest on Nvidia?
Well, people are, there is some talk about it. Kramer was talking about it a lot last week. He went on a little bit of a rant about Nvidia in terms of the drop in price that it's seen over the month of January. And so, Kramer and other analysts still feel that Nvidia is in the premier position poised to drive this market, right? If anybody's going to benefit from AI and is leading the technological boom here for this chip segment, it is Nvidia. And we've certainly seen the appreciation of stock price over the last number of days to help support that. So I think that really it's the talk up from the analyst community that is continuing to stay behind it. And now we're back into a territory just price-wise that makes Nvidia very interesting. We closed on Friday at about 138, 139-ish. And to open this morning over 140, this, if we can get up over 145, we're back into the heady territory that essentially is the all-time highs where we were spiking. I mean, the all-time high here, I think that we hit was 153. Yeah, 153.13 on the 7th of January. So, that's a little ways to go, but it's certainly within reach. We'll see. Nvidia, as we know, is a big mover. So if it can continue with this type of momentum, we may see it up there. So, I mean, it's always in play. I love watching Nvidia. It's one of the few that I just watch every day because you know it's going to move. So, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nvidia will be on our list. It's a nice one for us. It trades very, very well. And today, obviously, heavily in play. So we'll put Nvidia here on our main list. And Peter, that covers our gap up. There's nothing else on here from the trading terminals gappers list. What do you have on your end that you like this morning? And there's nothing on the gap down as well. So we can go to you on everything you have.
Okay, well, I mean, it is a relatively green day today, and I didn't really have anything specific. There was no earnings. Well, actually, there is one company that had earnings this morning, but it's gapping down. Maybe we can start there. Baidu had earnings this morning, BIDU. And they beat their numbers, had a good quarter. They reported both revenue and earnings that were above analyst expectations. Look, this is on a reduced initial forecast. So basically, their revenue didn't drop as much as people anticipated. But that being said, it doesn't seem to be enough to push up, as their ad sales, their forecasted ad sales, is underneath analyst expectations. So they're expecting. So that sort of was disappointing, as everybody thought that they would be able to capitalize from just an increase generally in the market and sentiment, but it doesn't seem to be translating into ad revenue for Baidu. So their stock is dropping about 4% here this morning. But back to the upside, I was looking, all the Magnificent Seven stocks are gapping up this morning. So they all look well poised for moves. We'll see what happens. Don't forget, after a long weekend, usually I find the Magnificent Seven tend to move a little bit better. Because they've got to catch up. They sort of catch up on the events of the longer weekend and see what happened. Tesla, I noticed, had some decent volume this morning, almost 3 million shares. It hasn't moved a lot so far, but a nice steady price action on that. I noticed Apple, Amazon, even Meta and Microsoft, because Meta, by the way, sitting at all-time highs here, and was well up last week. It looks like it's going to continue that trend this week. It's been a very slow grind, by the way, for Meta. Not a great trading stock, but it's one of those where pretty much any day last week, all you had to do was buy it at the open and hold it to the close, and you would have been fine. Just ignore what it does middle of the day. You just, buy it at the opening bell, go take a nap, come back at the end of the day, close out your position. You would have been happy. But yeah, so pick any of the Magnificent Seven you like. I feel like they're all going to be in play today. It feels like a good day for it. So hopefully we'll see if the market plays that out, if I'll be right.
Yeah, they've been a lot of fun. I agree with you on Meta. I'm going to actually throw that one on my secondary list, and I'm going to throw Tesla and Nvidia, of course, on my main list this morning. So, but yeah, Meta continues to, again, make all-time highs on a regular basis. So it did that on Friday. Today it's just right above the previous day close. Let's see if it can do that today again. All right, guys, let's get over to you guys. That covers our gap up and down. Let's see what you guys have on hand and what you guys like this morning. So starting here with our chat room, let's take a look. Baba. Okay, Baba, let's see how Baba is doing today. Yeah, look at this daily. Baba just continues to do very well. 2.2 million shares traded here. We're up 2%. For a while here, again, we mentioned this. Baba was, although it's climbing higher, a lot of the moves happening after hours or, just during non-live trading days, right? Hours at least. So let's see what it does today. It is up here 2.8, almost 3%, 2.2 million. If you guys remember, if you guys forgot, the news on this one is they're handling the AI for Apple in China. So that's the plan there with Baba. That's obviously driving them and doing very well this morning. So yeah, one of my favorite Chinese tickers to look at. So it will be on my list this morning. So thank you for that one. PRFX. Oh yeah,
there was
flying this morning. Yeah, Peter?
Little bit of news out of China too, that Jack Ma was spotted as one of the one of the executives who met with Xi, President Xi, Grand Poobah leader. I don't know what his official title is. Anyways, the leader of China, over the weekend. So, which is a big turnaround. Remember when he was like in hiding because he was afraid of the government? That was a few years ago. But I guess he's back on good terms. So yeah, I feel like the stock is getting a little bit of boost. It's interesting that Xi is meeting with some of the Chinese tech executives there in China. So nobody knows what the content of the conversation was about, but the fact that there was a meeting, usually tends to move these stocks a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Baba looks good. Will be on my list as well. So I'm going to add it here. I'm going to add it on my main list actually. I think it'll be a nice one today to watch. All right, what else, friends? Let's take a look at. Let's take a look at. Little echo there. Excuse me. Nvidia, we have Tesla, we have, yes, you could look at all the Magnificent Seven in play. Google and Microsoft usually are my least favorite. Let's take a look at Apple. But again, they're all up this morning. Apple had a great week last week. I mean, awesome week. So maybe that can continue today. I'm gonna put it on my secondary for now. Again, when you're looking at Meta, Nvidia, all this Magnificent Seven, although they might not be directly on my list, we're constantly looking at what they're doing, right? So, but today I'll add Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, and Apple, the last two on my secondary list. All right, let's go over to YouTube. See what you guys like this morning. Dell is doing some stuff. I mean, they're working with Elon Musk and getting some servers and contracts ready. So there's been a lot in the news. They're doing some things there to kind of get going. They're rebranding too. I read an article about their rebranding. They're trying to do what Apple does with these Pro laptops now. So that they're trying to rebrand where you can have your regular laptop and then the Pro laptop. That obviously has worked well for Apple. Let's see how it does for them. So if you go to their website, I don't see the Pros yet, but they're talking about doing this Pro and regular stuff like Apple does. So let's see how that marketing works out for them. Yeah, they're going into that. So a little bit late, but they're going into it.
They've long had their different divisions. I mean, I've got two different levels of laptop. Like my desktop here. This is the G series laptop from Dell, which is their mid-range and gaming type platform, and then my desktop is an Alienware, which is their top level gaming platform. So I know they've had those different levels, but interesting that they're going the way of Apple potentially.
And actually, I see it's already up. It's already up here. Yeah, you can see it here, right here, Pro. So they got their Dell Pro. So it's starting. All right, so it's actually in play already. So we'll see how that works out for them. That's a big deal. They're trying to rebrand themselves and kind of get what other people are doing.
You hit mute button, I think, Carlos.
I did when I switch screens. It automatically mutes there. But yeah, it's again could be in play here on the daily. I don't like it as much. It won't be on my list. If you guys like it, put it on yours. But I am definitely going to skip on that one. ACHR. This is up 5%, 2.3 million shares traded. So we got some good volume. Very weird intraday activity. Just kind of popped up here, went sideways for a bit, and then breaking out now. I'm not sure what to think about it. We love talking about the stock because we like looking at their technology, but I don't think I ever traded it, and I don't think today's going to be one of those days. Again, we have volume. We're up here. We have to wait for the market open to see how this plays out. Okay, so we'll wait and see. All right, Peter, anything you like?
They do have some news that they received FAA approval. They received their Part 141 certificate, which is basically approval for them to commence pilot training, a pilot training academy for, I guess, the pilots that are going to be flying these crazy things. So anyways, look, long term, I'm sure the world is going this way with autonomous drones and flying, vertical lift type craft. But again, like I keep saying, all power to them. I'm not going to be the first or the second or the third one. You go. Let me know once it's safe.
Yeah, flying is very complicated. Full self-driving underground, I'm good with. Flying, no. There's too many variables. That needs a lot of work. I don't think we'll see that for a very, very long time, guys. Obviously, you've seen how airplanes have been having a lot of issues lately, relative to what not having no issues. So again, it might seem like a lot, but it's still the safest way to travel. I don't trust other people or computers doing the traveling for me as far as those aircraft. So we'll see. All right, Peter, let's stop here. PGY going to rip. Let's take a look. PGY going to rip here. I don't know. I don't know, man. It could. I don't like it, to be honest. Be careful with this one. It can move quite a bit. Obviously, the range today as high as 24.50, as low as 15. The volume down, though, has died out. I mean, you had 2.4, and it hasn't done anything after that. So just be careful on if you decide to trade this one. All right, Peter, let's show everybody what our team is doing. Today is Tuesday. We had our onboarding class yesterday, so thank you guys for joining that. It was a lot of fun. If you missed it because of the holiday, there is a recording on the Education Center, so you can catch the recording there. But yeah, we had it yesterday. A couple of members joined, and today let's show people what's happening on Tuesday.
Okay, well, yes, indeed. It's all about the community events now. Let me start, by the way. It's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. It was actually my daughter's birthday over the weekend. We got a busy birthday weekend here in February, always this time, 16th and the 18th. At any event, so you did the onboarding class last night then, Carlos?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll have to tell Mike, because Mike was telling me on Friday that it would absolutely be Tuesday. But I guess not.
No,
it happened.
Yeah. It happened.
That's
it happened.
Why.
Yep.
We might have created some confusion. Our bad. In any event, tonight is Tuesday, right? We've got to keep that in mind. It is not a Monday. It is a Tuesday, which means we have our strategy course. Eamon's going to be delivering it, and he's going to talk about his breakout strategy and specifically how you can use it to understand how to approach your own trading. You can take elements from it. You can take it intact. But he's going to talk about the how he trades this breakout strategy successfully and share all of his insights with you. So that's at 5 o'clock. I got to remember, it's an early time because he's coming to us from, a part of the world where it's later. So it's very late for him at 5 p.m. So that'll be 1 hour after the market closed today. Keep that in mind. That'll be in the webinar room for all of our elite members. And then next week, I am stepping in and I'm going to talk about another strategy, my Mountain Pass. You guys have heard me mention it quite a bit here in the morning and then, of course, in the room. It's about time. We go back over all of the details. I'll tell you how I look at it, all the signals I use to trade it, and we'll go over that in depth. So that'll be next week, February the 25th at 8 p.m. Don't forget that on Tuesdays, we also now have changed up our schedule. We've introduced 2 technical series of webinars for you. These are also for our elite members and in the webinar room. At 11, Phil's going to talk about how you can trade a small account with options in and his trade book around that. So any questions you have related to options or trading, how do I create a trade book on this, right? How do I put a strategy together? Phil will help you answer those. And then at noon, Phil will take over and he's going to talk about Bookmap. This is a technical session on Bookmap as a tool and how you can leverage it for your trading. If you don't know what it is, you might as well go and learn about it. If you do already have it, perhaps want to know how to optimally configure and use it, he can help you with that as well. So that's at 11 and 12 today, as well as then, so it's all early, right? 11 and 12, and then 5 p.m. is the main strategy webinar that Eamon will be delivering. So that's what we've got today. If you want to join us in the chat room, we'd love to have you at Bear Bull Traders. We always get lots of people over the weekend, but the best place to go is to our website, bearbulltraders.com. You can find all of the options. Our Valentine's Day sale is still happening. Take advantage of it. Andrew's on his way back from the mountains, and as soon as he gets back is usually when the sales end. So you might want to take advantage of that right away. He's flying through Toronto, so you probably have a few extra hours, as Toronto's a mess, as we were talking about with that plane that flipped over. The airport was closed for most of the day yesterday as they were sorting that mess out. So yeah, he says it's chaos according to his text messages this morning. So we're going to have Thor in live trading on his behalf this morning. But as said, take advantage of this deal at Bear Bull Traders if you wanted to join us from the intro to the elite. They're all good deals, but the best price deal is the elite annual while you can get that Love 55 discount. So you might as well do that while you can. Don't forget, tradingterminal.com is also always available if you want news on the markets. We use it to get our scanners in the morning, as well as you can use those scanners all day, right, to let you know what's happening in the markets, stay on top of earnings, economic announcements. It's all there. Check it out, tradingterminal.com. So there you go. That's your information. Let's set some levels. We're doing good this morning for time, Carlos. So that's good.
Yeah, we're doing good. There was not a whole lot on the gappers list, right? So we're doing okay here. All right, excellent, friends. Let's take a look at what I have on my list right now. SMCI, Nvidia, Tesla, and Baba. So just these. And then on my secondary list, I have Meta and Apple. So let's start doing some levels, and then we'll show you what everybody else is watching this morning. But again, Magnificent Seven's got a lot of the attention going on today. All right, so let's take a look. SMCI, high of the pre-market, 51.46 is the high of the pre-market there, so we'll slam one there. The low of the pre-market is going to be down over at 48.90, so another level there as well. And then below that, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days, as you can see on the daily here. Between this big trading day we had on Friday, as you can see that there, around 46, there seems to be a level. So right over here, it's a lot of touches at 46.32. So I'm going to slam a level there, friends, just in case you do fall below the previous day close. We have a level we can play off. If we continue to push higher, which looks like SMCI wants to do here, let's go to August. We can look in here and see what levels we have above this pre-market high. Great level here, right over here at 54.83. And just in case we go crazy, 58.22 is another level as well on the daily. So that's SMCI. Next will be Nvidia. Nvidia, some great volume. We got 8.5 million shares traded right now. So high of the pre-market on Nvidia is going to be 141.77. The low is pretty much, if you look at this, where the previous day closed, the low of the day are sitting at right now. It's going to be 138.85, and then 139.22 is the low of the pre-market. So right there, plenty of levels there. Towards the top, if we do push higher, nice level at 143.81, and another great one over at 147.03. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a great job on Nvidia. And again, just from the lows of 115, 213, back up to 141. So if you bought the dip, you're sitting pretty right now. Here's Tesla, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Low of the pre-market will be over at a 354.25, so we'll put a level there. High of the pre-market just shy of the highs from Friday, 361.52. Above that, in case we do get going on Tesla, we do have 369.77, and all the way up here, a bigger level at 377.75. So once you do that, you're pretty much set. Last but not least, it's going to be Baba. Again, Baba doing some stuff here, trading, again, moving very well throughout the daily. I have not really taken a lot of advantage of these moves on the intraday. 129.80 is the high of the pre-market. The low is at 127.37. So once you do that, you're pretty good there. Towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last two trading days, you're set. And then we're going to have to move to the left here and go back to get some levels above the price action. Now, here we go. We're looking at October, looks like 2021. Yep, that's around that there. Maybe the beginning of the year, 2022, actually. So right over here, we got a couple of daily levels. We're going to mark down 132.20 and another level towards the top in case we continue on this trend. 135.40 will be a good one as well. So that does Baba there, guys. Looking very good this morning. Again, the daily just awesome on this one, hanging out at 80 just less than 30 days ago. We're now up at a 128 and looking very strong. So there we go. We are all set here. Peter, let's show our team what our moderators are watching.
Indeed, they're starting to get their lists in, and we will relay them to you now. I'm telling you, there's no IPOs and no SPACs registered for this morning. Not a surprise. Usually after a long weekend, it's a slow move into new offerings. But Megan says that she's going to be trading over with the crew at Peak Capital, so doesn't have a list for us. Lenny is going to be watching Nvidia, Micron, SMCI, Tesla, and Apple. He's also going to keep an eye on Baba and RXRX. We talked about earlier this Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Thor's going to be keeping an eye on the markets overall, and as we mentioned, he's going to be trading live with you this morning, so keep an eye on Thor. Mike's going to be watching Nvidia and the break high day scanners using Trading Terminal. Jared is going to be watching Nvidia, SMCI, and AMD, so very semiconductor heavy. In fact, all semiconductors there. And then for a secondary list, well, he's got a couple of things he's going to watch. He's going to wait to see if any signals set up on the markets overall and let you know. I'm going to be watching my usual three in AMD, Tesla, and Nvidia, and then I'm also going to keep an eye on Baidu, SMCI, and Meta. I can't help but watch SMCI, although, you know, as I'm looking back at it over the last few trading days, you got to catch it right at the open, or it just sort of goes flat later in the day. So maybe it'll be more interesting today. We'll see. But anyways, we'll keep an eye on it, right? We got a number of eyes in the room who'll be watching it. We will let you know. I noticed a couple people were already trading this morning on some of the low float risky stuff. So just be careful out there. Whatever you choose to trade, make sure that you trade against your strategies and that you trade smart. That's what we want, so that you can hold your head high and say, you know what, I did what I said I was going to do, win or lose. That's important. All right. That's all we have. Our moderators, the rest of them, will be getting their lists in over the next few minutes. We probably caught them a little unawares. We're about 5 minutes early here this morning. So we'll get our live traders queued up, but they're still a couple of minutes away. As I said, Carlos, busy weekend here in that it was a whole bunch of people's birthdays. And we actually taken my dad and some family out for dinner tonight. So that'll be good. Now
Awesome,
that the snow has finally stopped here and we can get out in the world again.
Yeah, that's great, man. Also, speaking of birthdays, man, shout out to Brendan, who had his healthy boy over the weekend. So
birthday number 0.
Yeah, so happy, congrats to him and his wife. Yeah, birthday number 0. But yeah, so everything looks healthy, so good for them. All right. Yeah, friends. So again, our list today: SMCI, Nvidia, SMCI pulling back a little bit, Nvidia holding on there. We have Tesla doing some stuff, wrapping stuff around the VWAP, and we have Baba just kind of hanging tight here, waiting for the big volume to come in and get things moving one way or the other. On my secondary, I got Meta, I got Apple as well, and I also got Intel. Let's not forget Intel. It's on here again. I have no high hopes on this one. It usually lets me down, but pre-market is looking very, very active as is pulling back down here. So still up 3.6, but losing some ground as you see there. All right, man, we are all good here. Checking the scanners, nothing new on there. Nice. It's good to be early, Peter. This is pretty good. I like this. This is we're doing good here.
Unaccustomed time to look over the markets.
Yeah. Snow is, someone mentioned snow here. You know, it's a very, very difficult ticker to trade. I see it up 4%, only 125,000 shares traded. I wish it would trade better, but it's so bad, man. And the spread. Do not take a trade unless you are clear on what the spread is. And if possible, if your strategy allows it, you know, take a limit order so you get exactly what the price you need, right? Because even with a marketable limit order, by the time you hit it, if it moves on you, even though you have a 5-cent protection on there, you still can get very surprised with this stock, right? So again, if you must trade, I think a limit order can do you very, very well here, because I see it do some funky stuff and get people really bad feels. Like it could be like $1 off. Like your fill could really be $1 off on this stock. So just be mindful of that. Like the daily, but don't really like it as far as trading right now. Again, the volume could be very tight.
Yeah, I see some questions here in the chat room asking about Megan. Megan is trading with our Peak Capital Bootcamp traders. So you have to be a member of the Bootcamp to be part of that. She's trading live with them. We do live sessions twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, it's not available unless you're in the Bootcamp.
Yeah,
which you can by going to Peak Capital Trading. But if you're not in there, it's too late for this camp. It'll be the next game.
Yeah,
you could join
the next one.
But you'll be doing more there.
Yep, looking forward to that. I got my meeting coming up today, man. I am excited. These guys are doing better. Like I see, you know, week 1, 2, 3, they're hectic. There's so much going on. They're getting their bearings on everything. But now you're starting to see their good entries, their execution. So you're starting to see some of that, some of those benefits coming into play, which is nice to see. Nice to see. All right, friends, we are all set. Quick look at the overall market, see how we're doing on the SPY here. Again, all-time highs.
Right.
Here we go. Just up and up and up. This market doesn't care about inflation, anything else going on around the world. Doesn't care about politics. It's just up, up. Doesn't care about Ukraine and Russia. Doesn't care about China. Doesn't care. Just goes up.
It is pretty impressive where the market's sitting. In fact, I didn't even look at that. I forgot to take note of that. You're right that it's sitting at, pretty much all-time high territory, isn't it, here this morning? And you know, like you say, you just assume that it's going higher. It's been amazing how resilient this market has been. That being said, you know, like it's based on only a couple of stocks, so we need a little more breadth on the market to make sure this is, you know, can continue. But yeah, look, it hasn't faltered so far. Even when you thought it was pulling back, look at how it comes back. Look at these green days as it's been pushing its way higher. So, yeah, this is the type of trading day, by the way, that I like the most. Right, when you don't have a lot of big news in the morning, we're sort of just coming back from a long weekend. I'm going to let things settle down. I probably will not be taking a trade for the first hour or so of the market. That's likely. Right now, I'm not seeing any of my trade strategies really setting up. So I'm probably going to take it easy. I mean, something might jump out at me, and then my bigger strategies will set up and I can really take advantage of them. So it should be, like I said, I like these days. I like these mornings. So I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah, should be good, friends. As we get our traders ready to rock and roll here and take you through the market open, I'm looking forward to it. Short week, and but I like these. I like what my list. I like what we have on here. It's made up of a lot of the Magnificent Seven, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So
So
looking forward to it.
the market was closed yesterday, and because it's now, so I guess it's called President's Day more generally. It used to be like Washington's birthday or Lincoln's
I don't.
birthday.
To be honest,
Did they
I
share a
have no
birthday? I
idea.
don't know.
Some people, some of my calendars still have Washington. Some people still say Washington. Some people say President's Day. More say President's Day. I don't know which is the official one. To be honest, we'll have to ask our historians here in the
I don't
chat room
know.
to confirm that for us.
When
But
I
I
was,
see both.
I could tell you the New York Stock Exchange, when they were listing the holidays, they still call it Washington's birthday. So, for whatever that's worth. What do you do on that day? Anything?
Shop. People go shopping, spend money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
So the
Uh,
stores were still open yesterday.
Yeah, stores are still
Okay.
open. They President Day sale is a big thing going into, the spring. Well, not yet, but getting into there. Um, Tough says he does laundry. Yeah, there's no big right. There's no big celebration. There's no barbecue. It's too cold to barbecue. I mean, there's just if this was warmer, Peter, it'll be a barbecue type
There'd
day.
definitely be barbecue, eh?
Oh
Okay.
yes, absolutely. It's too cold.
See, because
Yeah.
here across Canada, it was Family Day yesterday, so pretty much all of Canada had Family Day off, and at least here in Ontario, the stores were closed. So you're supposed to be spending time with your family, not
That
shopping.
makes sense.
That being said, my wife works for the federal government. Oddly, it's not a federal holiday, so she had to work yesterday. So I cleaned the house. Very boring,
Yeah. That
but
doesn't sound too
but hey,
much of a family day for you.
yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I was alone basically, so I got
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
done. It's all good.
Yeah, it was productive, man. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Wow, a lot of people say they buy a mattress or a car on President's Day. Yeah, that's the sale, right? Mattress or a car, I guess. Car dealership. Yeah, the ads are nuts when it comes to a President's Day. So I do agree. Especially, people starting to. These people get their income tax yet? There's some early income tax people that probably have money now. So it's a great time to take that money away from them. So don't buy stuff you don't need, people. Um, all right, excellent. I see our good buddy Thor is up and running here as the market continues up and running, all-time highs. Our stock's looking very nice. Looking forward to this open, see how the volume comes in. Good morning, Thor. How you doing? I see you typing away there.
Yeah, talking with some of the VVT people. Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. All right, friends, we're gonna let you go. Brian should be up and running here in just a second, and we're gonna let you go and hang out with Thor and Brian for the market open. So as soon as Brian comes on, I'll bring him over, and you guys will be all set. All right, take care, guys. Trade safe,
You
and then
bet.
remember,
Trade
we're
smart, everybody.
we're back again. Avi and I Avi's back at 10:30, and then I'm joining him at 11. We'll go to 12, and then earnings this week is very light, so we're only gonna be on, Peter, I think Thursday, just Thursday this week. Next week we'll have a lot more fun with Nvidia and everything else. So, all right, Thor, take care, man. We'll let you take it away.
Sweet, thank you, man. Hello, everybody. Hey, out there in YouTube landia. Good to see everybody. And what's going on out there? I hope everybody had a great extended weekend. I hope you enjoyed your kids stay home from school. President's Day today. No, it was a really kind of an interesting weekend. Getting into the market real quick. I'm actually very focused on the market today, especially for those of you out in YouTube. Really pay attention today. Today's got a lot going on. So first off, we've got two Feds speaking today. So if you haven't learned already about our glorious tradingterminal.com, make sure you stop by and take a look at it, because it has this really lovely news section on it, and it allows you to go in and you can actually bring up your calendar and look at your economic news. We have two Feds speaking today, Fed Dali and Fed Bar. Fed Bar has some sway in the market, so it is possible that our guy Barr here, could say something interesting. Now, what is interesting about that? Today, we find ourselves in a really, really, at least for me and the way I trade, a very principled inflection point right near R4 on the month for our QQQ, and then also, which is near monthly R3 for our ES or our SPY. So this is a very, very, kind of consider this being premium. If you're kind of looking for a place to find sellers, this is the place I would be looking to find sellers. Now, if we buy this level, we could certainly leg up. However, that is not what the order book looks like. The order book is actually fairly well tiered to the downside, and we seem to be lacking a little sell side liquidity right now. So for me, I would need to see something change. So kind of keep that in mind as we're going through. I'm going to be looking for a bit of a rally and to see if we start selling on some of this Fed note stuff. Hey, Profit of Profit, my good boy, my good buddy Brian. Good to see you, man. I thought I wasn't going to get to this week, but Andrew's still in transit, so we get one more day to hang out.
I guess, yeah, that's the deal. Awesome. So are you looking at anything specific? I know you're talking about market being up into a selling range.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'll probably be playing the market mostly today and kind of watching how it goes. This is a pretty good day for, a day where I can often get some stuff to happen. So I'll be kind of, I mentioned R3, Hike Daddy and YouTube. Those are Camarilla pivot points is what I use. It's kind of like a Fibonacci style pivot point that I use to kind of isolate my buying and selling areas. Works really, really nicely with futures, equities, and ETFs. So this is an area where I generically start to really look for selling activity. So it doesn't mean we're a sell, but it's what I'm looking for. And we have been selling more than buying for the past like maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see. How about you? Anything you're loving this morning? I noticed you had some of the good buddies, Nvidia, Tesla kind of stuff, but Baidu's on here, and I haven't seen Baidu on for a while. What are you liking on that one?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in Baidu. It's definitely on my radar as a possible rising devil trade. So popping up and then opportunity to short. So we'll see what that does. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. It beat top and bottom line. But the reason it sold off was the CEO. I guess they had a big, sort of had a bit of a tech gathering with Chairman Ping, and he wasn't there. The guy who's the CEO of Baidu was not there, so I guess that was noticed. Jack Ma was there from Baba, but
That seems
and
like
a bunch of
something
the
you'd
other ones,
expect
but
for sure.
he was missing. So anyway,
It
you just
looks
never
like we
know.
had like a premium discount exchange, kind of like, so you can see like it was like around $90.25. You kind of had a seller that we bought through and then retested on the a few days, like it was only a few days ago, 3 days ago, we tested that. So I could easily see us going to like 90.25 today. So if you get your little squeeze and sell like you do, I think $90 is a pretty easy target. Floor four's even down
Yeah,
at like 89 or something like that. So we could, you could get a move on this one. Let's check out the
yeah.
order book on this.
I'd be looking at somewhere around maybe 90. From a couple of days ago, there was
Ooh,
89.35 area held.
the order book's pretty bearish too.
Yeah.
So
The only
we
thing is
have a
a lot of
seller
these
sitting at
Chinese stocks.
95, but that's pretty high.
Yeah, the only thing is a lot of these Chinese stocks don't necessarily trade that well, so we'll have to see. Yeah, we've been getting some selling here in the last 10 minutes. Q's or SPY has really dropped off. So we're getting weaker as we're getting into the open, going into the open with Baidu, kind of like that as well. Low of day right now, low of the pre-market. So we shall see.
We
I've
shall.
swung some Nvidia over the weekend and sold some of that already.
Beautiful.
So that was more of a swing trade.
Always nice coming into the week with a little
Yeah, it
little
was a
cash in the
nice,
bank to play with.
yeah, it was a nice win.
Oh yeah.
See what else we got going on here.
Nvidia had itself quite the pre-market rally. Still have 5 minutes till the open, but actually seeing a pretty good amount of volume coming into the market. Like I said, this is that area in the market we're looking for selling, and we're finding it. So I do have a few contracts that I got short on the ES around like 8:15 this morning. So just because this is a very, very, very big inflection point in the market. So if we start selling from here, we could sell for days. So this is a really good spot to see if something happens. For my non-futures trade, I'm hopefully going to hit SPY or something. If we get a good pullback at the open, I might go ahead and hit it on SPY. Otherwise, I'll just keep holding this future spot. ES
Take a
ticker
look
and
here.
DOS. I'll type it in for you. What you got, bud?
See here. What do we got? We do something to watch out for. 10 o'clock. Home builder confidence. That's not really going to be a huge market mover, I don't think. Probably no need to kind of flag 10 o'clock. Although we will, maybe I will keep a little bit of a alarm going on here. Meta 20 straight days in a row up. Unbelievable. SPY continues to sell off here.
Yeah. Well, we found that
So
seller.
yeah, you're short the SPY, eh?
Yeah,
Ooh,
future equivalent, but yeah, exactly. I'm short
okay,
from like
okay,
I'm in at like 61.55. So I've already got quite a few points on it already.
cool, nice, very nice.
Yeah, for those out in YouTube, I actually every single morning around 9 to 9:10, I actually post on my Twitter at Thor Young. Or my X. So sorry. Oh man. And I actually do a futures commentary every morning. So one of the things you'll see this morning, I actually put up here the specific levels in which I was looking to, for a seller, as well as I put my screenshot up that has my available plays on it for the day or what I'm looking at, as well as a book read and some other basic info. So if you ever got a couple extra
Wow,
seconds, pop by and say hi. And look at that seller.
man,
There's our
Tesla,
seller.
yeah, Tesla just
Whee!
tanked. Yeah, look at it tank there. Look at the Qs are tanking. What the heck? Did something
Yeah,
happen? I
this is
know
we found our
Alec,
motivated
Alex,
seller.
maybe early. This Alec guy from Palantir was on CNBC this morning. A little of the kooky as ever, but
Well, that is a target hit on ES already this morning. So you can see here for the BBT room. I got short
Yeah, he's a
here
mad
when the
genius.
selling hit right off of this isolated pivot here. I got short, stopped just above the high. It consolidated and then just waterfalled down into my target. So can't
That
ask for
was
much more than
nice.
that.
Nice one, Thor.
So that's a good start.
Awesome. Man,
Heard you Melanie put that in YouTube that Melanie heard Warren closed his SPY position. Is that true?
oh,
Because that would definitely do it. I haven't been watching. I haven't been following Unusual Whales today. I didn't get a chance. Oh, there's a few people saying true. Okay.
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 Well, that might explain this
Okay. SPY
this
and
wow.
VOO both closed. Greatest trader to do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now, Warren Buffett hasn't always been the greatest for timing, and it man obviously timing the market, tops and bottoms is challenging to
Yeah.
begin with. So,
Ding ding ding.
but he's usually right in the long term. Ah, crap! I'm just waiting for right.
All
Getting
right, we are open.
looking at Baidu.
Let's see what kind of opportunities we can suss out of this market here. There is a lot of volume coming into the market right now. I don't know if you guys can feel that, like if you've got that visceral feel for the market yet, but I can tell you right now, the market that's coming in the volume feels pretty good. Like we got nice volume right now. So give it a couple of minutes. We've got smart money coming into play right now. You know what I mean? So which means big people are making big decisions right now, which means small people get beat up. So be very, very careful. Not to interact too early with this market unless you are the prophet of profit and have beautifully timed rising devils. But otherwise, make sure
This
you're hanging out and staying focused.
just having kind of I can't really chase that Baidu trade down, unfortunately. It's popping back up now. Look at Nvidia. We're rippy dippy.
Oh, great. Good.
That's pretty cool.
Nvidia has a wide range, so I really don't see it being a breakout today. But if the market, if it's going to rally before the market does anything, I'd look to see if a seller comes in around let's call it 143.50, maybe a little higher. So I'm just going to that would be a fun one. A lot of volume. We got good volume. Good buy,
Yeah,
Joe. Joe Drain got a good buy in the YouTube off of Nvidia. Nicely done.
I just sold some more Nvidia for my swing trade. Tesla's got some bid action going on here. Back up into a range. AMD's popping as well. Getting some buying here at the bottom. So we'll see what we do on this rally here. AMD just had a pretty significant pullback. Yeah, market action is crazy.
Tesla, really big sell at the open and is now squeezing on very low volume considering how hard that sell was. Careful if you're long Tesla not to get caught in cue your Admiral Akbar here. Just be
Yeah,
careful on Tesla that you don't get yourself into a trap. It's a trap.
it's a trap.
If you're already in
No,
it
that is
from
really
if you bought the
solid.
open, I'm not saying get rid of it. Just, keep an eye on it. That was not enough volume. Might actually set up for a nice short.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, I've just
I hit
shorted it.
I did too.
Yeah, I hit it too. There we go.
I'm short 358.50.
Oh, that was nice.
Little under it.
All right. Yeah, I hit it
There you
with
go,
some
buddy. There you
options.
go, buddy.
There we go, through $9. That was nice. Picked some options up at 750.
There you go. That
Trading
was
the
good.
360s. That's actually trading the 357.50s. Now we're through $9. Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Woo!
There we go.
Woo!
Oh yes.
Come
Come
on, let's
on.
go. Dang, look how close that got. Drive that price.
Man, nice call out on Tesla there. That was I was thinking about it, and then as soon as you said it, I thought, yeah, man,
Yeah,
let's
filled.
go.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
There we
Oh,
go.
I threw $10. Through
Ow!
$10 now. Here we go. All right. Ooh.
Boom.
Yeah, and
All right.
I'm
2 for
trading
2.
I'm trading the options. Wow. Jeez. But doesn't mean you just can't trade the stock. That's not it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Tesla pulled right back
You
up
see,
into the 50 SMA right there on my 1 minute. Wicked right into it. That also was right near R3 in my lower range. Perfect shorting spot. That disingenuous volume as it pushed, that big engulfing with no volume. It was just bearish order book, man. We nailed that one. That's good stuff.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Cool. 6 minutes. 2 for 2.
That
What
was
you got?
awesome.
I could tell. I knew today was going to be with just the volume and the way everything looked today. I had a feeling today was going to be a nice open. Nice, Joe S. See, everyone in YouTube, this is why if you don't take a little bit of time, a really good reference. I'm gonna shout out a non-BBT person here, Anna Cooling. If you haven't had an opportunity to read the complete guide to volume and price analysis by Anna Cooling, it's a nice start. Obviously, I've got some volume in my book, but you know, this is one of those moments where, as a newer trader, the market will trap you into these, and you go long. Right after you go long, you immediately get stopped out of your position, and you just go, "What the heck was wrong?" I used to do that all the time myself. And then a moderator at BBT, actually, before I was a moderator at the time, said, "Bro, you got to check out volume and price analysis." So Anna Cooling was the book. New book actually out now with color. Check that out, because that's what got us into this. We could see that push, and as it offered no volume on that push, anomaly candle on this large engulfing, that should have been a really big candle, hard sell, right? So this with a bullish or a bearish order book, this one really set up nicely. And then of course we get a nice little pullback to the 50 SMA, lots of stuff in line. So it's good stuff. The name again on that book is The Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis by Anna Cooling. So definitely worth checking. No affiliation. I don't get money or anything like that. I just want to make you a better trader. So since I don't get money from Anna and I recommended you a good book, make sure you throw us a like, because I gotta do something here.
Yeah.
I got a job. Yes, I'm gonna shill for likes. Love me or hate me, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, if you could toss us a like for that, that's great, and we'll bring you some more stuff out there. There's a newer book, Lewis, I believe, that's published in color, which you may want to check out. I think it's a newer version. I think it was published in 2023, I'm going to say, but it might have.
Right. I'm out of these. I'm out of my Tesla options. I actually think it's going to bounce here.
Good stuff.
So I'm
Man,
covered my short.
good grab, man. I like how you're playing those too and exposing yourself using options on those in order to take advantage of those moves. I still think
Yeah,
that's just really cool.
got a couple buck move on that one. That was nice. That's why I like trading the open. It's just you just get those big moves and capitalize. You just got to be on the right side of the trade. Yeah, Baidu's continuing to be weak. It just was too hard to trade. Yeah, I've just flipped the position here, gone long on Tesla.
I
So
love
we're
it.
up a bit.
Stinking profit in here doing what he does.
Yeah,
You're right. The order book
357.50.
actually just flipped a bit too. They just brought in some orders to the
Yeah,
top side on the order book and started buying. Tesla doing Tesla things, man. Well done.
yeah, for sure. Wow. Whoa. I'm trading the 357.50s again, except I've gone to the long side, gone to the dark side.
Gone to the dark side. Don't get
Yeah,
they're
just sold.
they're
Here we go. We're gonna
offering
get
there looks like they're
$7.
offering previous day's close right now to the sellers. So they're offering the
Yeah.
sell side liquidity PDC, which is 356. There's not a lot of sell side between 356 and 358. So if they buy 356, we're going to end up at 358 in about 2 seconds. So
Here we go.
if it sells right here, we should move back. If we sell PDC, we'll go break low of day, most likely.
I'm just selling those calls now at $7. Got back up. This is PDC right here. This is where I was targeting, right at
See the
PDC.
seller, see the
And
seller
it's
come in.
exactly, look at that. Look at
Can I call that or what?
that. Beauty. Way to go, man. Yeah, that was PDC. That was the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, right at the same level.
That's funny.
Wow, Meta's really getting ripped here.
Look at that 356. They're
I
bringing in a
guess you
really
can't
big
go up
seller right now.
20 days in a row.
Which one? Meta? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Meta's really taken a beating, but I mean, it's been up 20 days in a row. I think this is almost unprecedented how much this has
Oh,
gone up.
wow.
Well, diddly do.
It really has been on a grind, hasn't it?
Yeah, totally.
You know, the volume has been really nice too. Even yesterday's volume was actually a really solid push, looking pretty strong. That was ever since I think that's ever since Zuck, or what was it, he came out and he like said that he was gonna switch up some of their policies around some of their regulatory stuff, and they
DEI.
and then ever since they, yeah, their DEI, and ever since they said that, investors must have came in. I mean, people wanted it, so good on them, getting properly
I
getting
thought
rewarded, I guess. That's nice.
I thought there was something on the weekend where he said he was going to be they're going to do some test. Meta was going to have their own robot or something.
Mm.
They're going to be working on this. Zuckerberg's typically hasn't been. Oh, look at wow, Nvidia's or Tesla just popped there. I kind of thought it might. It looked like it was going to do that too.
So we were saying that order book was really lean between
Yeah.
356 and 350. I figured if it managed to buy that big order, it would pop quite a bit. I still think they'll probably take it down overall, but I think Tesla is kind of the
357.
opposite. Tesla got really beat down, you know what I mean, over the
Yeah.
past month. So
I got some big orders at 360 on the book here. This 357 is the VWAP on Tesla. So expect a little bit of choppy price action around here. Oh, look at Baidu's down below 90. Just too hard to trade. It's jumping all over the place. All right.
There we go. That works pretty good.
Don't know what we should do here. Had a couple of good trades. This is always now challenging. Do I want to keep trading? Tesla looks like it's still going to have got some legs here.
Okay. Got Nick in our room bought SMCI on the pullback.
Keeps hitting a seller though.
What a move.
Yeah.
Woo, here we go. More selling just hit the NQ.
Wow. Yeah, more selling coming in here on
Man, Tesla's so good at grabbing that buy side and then squeezing.
Wow. Yeah, Nvidia getting rocked here. It's down below the VWAP now. Q's at yesterday's high right now.
There's our seller
I
on
don't know if it
Tesla
can
again.
stay up here.
Someone
Yeah.
keeps selling the 50 SMA every time it pulls back, or a poor man's trend line. Anytime we get back to that 50 SMA, we have a seller that's coming into the table, which means it's probably algorithmic. So it's going to have some weight to it. And sure enough, as soon as we hit, I mean, just selling just came in pretty strong there. So now what we're going to do here on Tesla, for those of you still watching it, we're going to offer buy side here at PDC again, right? So we're going to come into the top and offer. If we don't see a big green dot here come by, and this thing's going to drop like a rock. So it'll come down and run this downside to 350. See how that happens right there? See how they offered to PDC and no one came in? Now they dropped right to the open price. Now they're going to offer to the open. Any buyers? Short. If not, we're going
short
down.
again. I'm short again. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Here we go.
Yeah, baby.
357. 357 puts again. Here we go through $9.
I just closed my short on NQ. All right.
Beauty.
Let's go.
Wow.
I just had a full run from R6 to S6 on NQ.
Okay, just covering most of my position here on most of my short again on today. Tesla. Yep.
All right. I'm burnt.
This is where we did that little pullback right where Tesla is right now. We did this little pullback and bounce ABCD pattern. So
now watch.
Look
at the order book though. Look at this big void on the top of the orders. No one's bringing in sell side right now. That is not good for a buy. Look how bearish that order book is right there. No sell side. This is an order void here. So no one's putting out limits here. Where's my orders at? Now, if a big buyer comes in here and manipulates the book, they can squeeze right through that void like crazy, but it's very unusual. Very unusual. This is like 9 out of 10 times this is going to go down. 6 out of 10. Almost 100% accurate.
Almost.
I started laughing when everyone was talking about like buying mattresses on President's Day because they were talking about the commercials. Anyone see the one where there's like the lady who's like yelling at all the kids and like, you know, the soccer mom who's like yelling at all the kids at the basketball game and the guy's like, how do you sleep at night? And she's like on a mattress from Mattress Giant and it goes all night long and starts to
Oh yeah. They stole that or they used that all night long.
That slays me, little Lionel.
Who did that?
Little Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. There you go. I was trying to think of who did that. Lionel Richie.
That's my guy. Look at that. Look at that. See the downward movement? See what I mean with the void there? with just no interest right now. We don't see any motivated buying at all, and no one's putting sell side liquidity near the price. So that is not good. That means we don't have any short-term buyers coming in right now. All of our sellers are all way up here on limits. Those are all long-term sellers. We need short-term sellers. So we can't bounce. So if you're looking to play a reversal, for instance, this would be a clue to wait, right? Because you can see here they're starting to tier in some orders, right? So, but you got to wait for that book to develop before they're going to rally, right? So right now, we're still leaned a little bit heavy to the downside. So we're most likely going to head that direction as long as we continue to have sell volume. And YouTube, hi Daddy. So all of my strategies are intraday strategies. And most of them actually don't have time frame restrictions, right? So some of them, like the trades that I took today, they all fulfilled very quickly, which was very nice of the market. But those same strategies kind of work the same way, even when the market's slower. So I have basically 6 strategies that I play long or short, depending on the way the market opens and like what ranges we're in and stuff like that. But they all are, but the range ones specifically that stay bound to range are going to be your failure ones. So it's like R4 reversal or R3, R3 reversal. That's if we're in a higher range. If we're in a lower range, it's going to be the S4 or the S3 for our buys. So those are going to be the ones to take focused on. If you got the book, those are the ones you're going to really want to look at for the rangy stuff.
Wow. Meta is absolutely getting destroyed. We've gone below Friday's low. What a sell-off on Meta. Jeez. Big sell-off on Nvidia. Man, I'm glad I had that nice little pop at the open to get out of that swing position. What else? Looks like it's a selling day right now. PLTR popped up and now it's pulling back.
So for the Qs, if we run out our ATR today, our buy would likely come in around 534. If we start to rally here, if this is somehow, this was some very convincing selling volume. So I don't think this is a bear trap, although it could be, because this is the US stock market and bear trapping is like
Yeah.
the second favorite pastime outside of like trout fishing or something like that. Right. So like, or baseball, maybe. I mean, that's what they do for fun. So especially on Qs, and especially since we've had a good sell, almost always someone willing to buy the dip when it comes to these. So just kind of keep that in mind. But if pre-market high stays where pre-market high is, right, and that becomes our session high, then we would likely run down to somewhere around 534 to find our session low. If we start to rally from here, you could easily go all the way back up to the high of day quite easily. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just kind of follow the volume. Right now, the volume has been much better on the sell side than the buy side. So, but, we'll see if that, we had a nice, good 20 so minutes of selling. Let's see if they grabbed enough.
Yeah, let's see what happens now. Man, I've had 3 good trades on Tesla, and I just been really pretty happy with the way the day has turned out. Hopefully,
You keep
hopefully
this up,
some
you're
of
going to
the
need to tweet Musk and be like, I'm sorry.
I know.
I just took all your money.
Just back in 1 sec.
Absolutely. So, so Tesla right now still continuing to kind of, it seems like the sellers are coming to the price more so than the buyer, but we are wedging a bit here. So we're offering sell side right now, and the sellers did sell. So right now we're watching to see what happens here. Does a motivated seller hit PDC again? Our guy Jared in here talks about PDC, the king of all levels. It really is. Like if you just want a few levels to throw on your chart as a new trader right now out there on YouTube that just really bang for buck, just hook you up all the time, you can go with the open price, PDC, and then previous day's high and previous day's low. Or, you could use pre-market high or pre-market low. I mean, there's just some really easy levels that you can hunt for market activity. all day, and they work just great. I use Camarilla pivot points for that, but it doesn't have to be. Actually, you know, what you will find is you find strategies that resonate with your personality. It's really not about the strategy. It's about your performance. All of these strategies work if they're properly applied. It just depends on what works for you and which strategy do you have the ability to replicate over and over and over again, because that's all performance is, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result. So if you can do that, then you can probably make money in trading once you isolate what that over and over again is, and then manage to actually do it over and over again, which that tends to be the hard part. A lot of people continue to vary even after they find success, and they kind of like actually teach themselves out of it. You find something that works and then they break it.
That's what it's
So,
all about, having a trade book and
because I mean,
sticking with your plan.
I've been thinking about you, for instance. Like, I know I've been trading my strategy in almost exact fashion for maybe 3.5 years now. And I was thinking about you as a beautiful example of this, Brian. You've been trading the same basic strategy set for as long as I've known you, which has been the better part of a decade
Yeah,
at this point. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You
So,
just
and
stick.
I,
Yeah,
I don't remember you doing anything different.
no, stick with what you Neil, what you feel comfortable with. You know what you've developed. I mean, I have obviously I've traded, I've changed. You know, I've adapted and
Right.
changed some of my strategies. You have to do that because you just because the market's never static. So you can't be static too, and you also have to be open to learning new little tricks. But you know, it's the same basic strategy. For example, Sean in the room, I'd never traded SPX before, and he was watching stuff from him, and you know, occasionally I'll take an SPX trade now. So again, using the same strategy, but but just a different financial vehicle. So what we got going on here? We got
There's a
Nvidia
another.
rejecting the VWAP right now. This bounce on the Qs came right up to the VWAP, and now we're kind of rejecting here. See if
Tesla just rejected the
see if
50 SMA again. That definitely an algo
hmm,
walking down the 50 SMA on the 1 minute right now. For those in YouTube, you see Carlos's or the broadcast screen up there. Look how you see it go 1, 2 times, 3 times. That gray line that's coming down right under 357 price. That's our 50 SMA. So you know, I call it the poor man's trend line. Because I actually kind of stink at drawing trend lines. But the 50 SMA, if that breaks, if they buy PDC and then buy premium through the 50 SMA, you'll see a really solid squeeze come off of that. Just because the whatever algo is hunting down this SMA, probably one that's doing some shorting right now because of the position we're in. If that algo decides to bail, the price will yoink to the top side like no one's business. And actually, and if you notice on Tesla, our ladder actually looks a little better to the top side right now. So I actually think they might be trying to trap in this short seller, and then they're gonna squeeze this. You know, there's a smart money, big whale of a guy or a gal coming in here and shorting on this, and their algo shorting on the 50. Watch what happens when we come through the 50. You're going to see a whole lot of buy side market orders come in, and that'll allow us to run this sell side liquidity to the top side, right? So that they're trying to trap in this buyer, this short seller, so that they can pop them out. Because if a short seller covers, it's just market activity that end of the book, right? So it's they're just sending it back to the broker, so it's super easy traffic for them to handle, right? So and you'll see how this happens. You'll see the volume come in. It'll be a big spike. It'll be like this big if they get this short seller to come out. You'll see a really big green dot that'll push the price really fast, and you'll see a really large spike in volume as they go up through it. They're offering right now to them again. Do you want to short more here? And watch if they say no. Watch what happens.
mm-hmm. Kind of watching here. Tesla really popped back up here. This time it blew through the VWAP.
They need this short seller in to get through to get enough liquidity to go through 358. Yeah, Hamza, depending on your and YouTube, depending on your execution platform, stop limit orders can at times have some disadvantages. One of them being is they can get run. Because you know what I mean. A limit order is so. For instance, let's say you're trading a ticker and your ticker has a 5-cent spread, right? And you put your stop limit order out. Well, your stop limit gets triggered if the price gets hit, right? So, but if there's a spread, right, then you could actually get leapfrogged. So the price never actually hits your order, so your program doesn't know to fire it. So you got to be kind of cautious with those and pay attention. This is one of the reasons why we focus on highly liquid, high cap tickers in most instances, right? Because that's the big issue with you'll see a lot of these like big low float guys. They'll suddenly they'll do great for a long time. All of a sudden, the dudes just lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And that's because their stops get run so bad, and then they're in a panic trying to like get out of positions, right? And they can't do it because there's no market liquidity available. So they just start dumping into the market. It forces them to get really brutalized. Ooh, seller came in there and hit Tesla hard,
Yeah, I'm
right
just
at the level.
yeah, just shorted a little Nvidia there. It's as it started to roll over. Really like this setup on Bookmap. There's no liquidity to the downside here, but except for this order at 140. But
That was a
really
good.
like this setup where you get lower highs. Every pullback is lower, just leaks off until all of a sudden, long holders just realize, well, this thing's heading lower. So they start dumping.
Hey, thank you out there, YouTube. Gabrielle, appreciate you. Hey, I know it's like a plug-in, but if you've got time, I do an hour session every single day in
Ooh.
BBT, 11 to 12 mentoring. So, come in, BBT, wait for one of
Oh
these brokers to
man,
come in and hang. There you go, bud.
yeah, yeah, here we go.
There it
I'm
goes. I told you we were a sell.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man, I'm
yeah.
not. There's been three other times I've actually called really major market shifts from the top and bottom over the past like year or so. So I'm just saying, like,
Wow, Nvidia
we
is
were in the right
getting
spot for
killed
this.
here. This is great. What a great market. Ooh, and
This
Jared's
is our
with me
day,
on this
buddy.
trade.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
Nvidia look at
he's
this beautiful short off of R4 there.
yeah.
So Nvidia, by the way, downside on Nvidia is like 138. So you got a couple dollars of downside on this thing if it gets selling, and it is technically
Yeah,
selling right now. That volume was good.
Tesla just came back up to that 358 level and they hit it again.
Nice, DF.
We got to write a note to send an email to Warren Buffett thanking him for this volatile open we got here. Is that what we got to do? Because this has been just an amazing day.
It's been this is good, man. This is a nice way to start off the week. Both of you and I came in with a little swing money,
Mhm.
and now we're starting off the regular week. Like, I mean, I went 3 for 3. I think you've gone like 4 for 4 or something like that. That's a nice hit. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we had a couple of our traders over in YouTube got a nice short on those calls there as well, my friend. So it's a
Awesome.
really nice.
Awesome. That's great. Good to hear. Please, we don't encourage copying. I mean, our trades. I mean, I know people sometimes do that, but if you're going to be full-time professional, not professional, but full-time trader, you really need to understand how and why you're getting into a trade. That's where the importance of building a trade book is there, just so that you have a consistent plan of trading every morning.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow, look at Tesla rip back up again, right back up to 358. Man, oh man, that's volatile today.
They're all over this short
They're all
seller.
over this short seller. Yeah, it's just crazy.
They just keep reoffering this point. You can see they sold, like, so if you're looking at you can see how we made this indecision, and then that new low happened at 358.18. So you could call that basically premium. Right now, watch what happens when I mark that line right there. Watch this, everybody. So check this out. I mean, look at the precision on those hits. You tell me that's not an algo we're hitting right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
even watch.
yeah.
Even watch as we roll across. Watch this. Look how that's working.
For sure, eh?
Do I think I could trade without level 2? Yes, I definitely think I could. I believe having the book map and/or level 2 is certainly an advantage. Being able to see the depth of market and understanding which direction the market makers are more likely to want to run at that time, certainly very helpful. However, that being said, I was a successful trader before I was using it. And many a trader back to, I don't know, all of time up until maybe like a decade ago, maybe a little longer than that. Most of these big, order management systems like Bookmap and stuff like that, they really haven't been out for that long, and they've only really been getting prevalent in the past few years. They've been around a decade, but, they're just really starting to get cooking. So I think if I was going to say, and Mohammed, it's too much of a conversation for a YouTube. If you have the opportunity to come into BBT sometime, like when they run one of those promos, I would come in and hang out. Like I'll teach you all about it when we've got the long form time to do it. I have a book out. Also, not one of our people, but Anna Cooling has a really nice volume and price analysis book out, as well as some YouTube stuff. I'd look into that. The main tip I can say is it's all about anomalies. When you're reading volume, you're looking for when the market, it's kind of like physics, it's gravity. You expect a certain amount of effort to create a certain amount of movement. And getting good at volume is basically recognizing when effort and movement aren't in line with each other. So price analysis is like candlestick formation. VPA, or volume and price analysis, is when we combine volume in order to give us the depth of what that candle's formation means, right? Like on Tesla, that short I called, right? The reason I called it was because we had such a large engulfing candle after a really big sell. And that large engulfing candle was on very low volume, right? That's why I started yelling Admiral Akbar, right? Because I was like, it's a trap, right? Because you can see this massive movement, all this price they're giving up. They're at least going to offer a fairer value to everyone. And if that offer doesn't go well, that's going to end up being likely a sell-off. So that's kind of what I went into there. Complete guide to volume and price analysis is the Anna Cooling one, Mohammed. Mine is a complete day trading system. I believe if you scroll up and reload, there are links to all of the above as well. So
you've got to get
Anna loves not to us.
Yeah, you got to check. You got to check out Thor's book, because he's really takes Anna Cooling principles and condenses them, puts them into a form that you can use for trading.
So yeah,
So you check that out. It's on Amazon.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It's one of the things. Everyone, we're not all going to get to the money the same way. You've got guys out there like Andrew, who is, going to be back tomorrow, I believe. He's in transit today. Didn't quite make it in time to get in here and party today, which is why I got the privilege of trading with my good buddy, the Prophet of Profit, again today.
There we go.
But he'll be in tomorrow to get things spicy. First of all, when he gets here, just remind him how much you loved me and you want. No, I'm kidding. just when he gets in here, you'll kind of see the difference in styles. Andrew is such a talented performer. His ability to recognize his setup and the speed in which it happens is quite remarkable. Something I actually don't feel like I can do very well, which is why I kind of go from more the mechanical side of things. I'm watching the volume and the price and the way those things develop, because I have to cue more into those participants, so I kind of get a better idea of what's going to happen. And then I watch the tape and volume and all those other things. A little bit more work, when you don't got the talent that this guy, Andrew Aziz has. He put in all the hard work for a decade. Now he gets to take advantage of it with all that talent.
To me, it's just a different style of trading. It's just a different approach. I mean, he doesn't use any of the indicators you use. He primarily just trades opening range breakouts, and he does it well. He reads the market well, and you're just as good doing your thing, right? I mean, it's kind of like the Olympics. We can all win gold medals. It's just what sport are you going to compete in? What style are you going to use?
100%.
Maybe you can't all win gold medals, but at very least we can go for the silver. Go for the silver. Poor man's gold.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm okay with a little iron pyrite. I'll take a little fool's gold.
Little pyrite action. Little pyrite action there. Gotta love the pyrite.
Agreed, Boogie, and thank you, by the way, in YouTube. Let's see. So Benjamin, hey buddy, there are times when we will flip on to allow you to see each moderator screens. We have multiple moderators right now. You're seeing Carlos's, and I will admit there is a little bit of that for behind the paywall. So you're going to get all of our commentary, all of our calls, and you'll see what we're working on here. But if you really want to see all of the breakdowns, like my screen's sharing at all times right now in the main room, so everyone can see my playlists that are up and all of that stuff. You get that in here. And I do admit, we do this not just altruistically in order to provide everyone good trading calls. Believe it or not, we do in fact do this to attempt to generate some small amount of revenue. Because what that does is that allows us to keep doing this. Because otherwise, I mean, Brian makes plenty of money on his own trading. I've known this guy. He's literally, like, many of you don't believe me, but it is true. He's literally been trading since the Doja Rice exchange back in the early 1500s. I mean, he owns like 3 countries. I may be making some of this up. I may not be. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Right? But he certainly doesn't need YouTube time in order to to do this. So this is kind of why we do this, because we got to do that. But just to know that
not quite that
Olivia and then hopefully I'll you're immortal. So I mean, just because you look 20 doesn't mean you are.
like
or the hair of a
Dracula,
20-year-old, at least the hair of a 20-year-old.
right?
So, but Benjamin, I will kind of keep you posted as we go through. We do run lots of promos and special, because ideally, man, I'd like you to come in here and hang out with us, and I am going to try and encourage you to do that. And I'll be really open with you, because we're no BS people here at here. But what we'll try and do is I'll talk to Carlos a little bit for next time I'm on here, and we'll try and run some incentive-based stuff. Like if we get a certain number of likes, maybe we can kick into one of the moderators' screens if we get to a certain level of participation or something. You know what I mean? That way we can, because I love bringing you guys perks for the interaction, and I would love to do that. So, but full disclosure, man, I love you. You know what I mean? And that's just what's going on. So if you have any questions, ask in here, and we'll try and field it for you.
Yeah, or we can start giving away Teslas and that kind of stuff. Let Andrew know.
Or I think you have keys to Andrew's car still, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby.
Lambo ride giveaway with the Prophet of Profit. What's up? Andrew's like, hurry this plane up quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just hop on like a G6 or a Global 7500.
For real.
Get me out of here. Oh, I guess he can't anyway, because there's runway the airport was closed. Could have flown
Let's
out of
see.
Hamilton.
Hmm.
Tesla coming back up again. It's getting a bit choppy here. What's going
Yeah,
on with
I
this?
keep thinking about flying into Washington and then just trying to get someone to get me across in like a trunk or something. But I'm always afraid of how that's going to turn out. No, I think I'm flying in. I'll be in Vancouver pretty soon. We'll actually get to hang out. I'm looking
Yes,
forward to it.
ma'am. Yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward to seeing you.
It's going to be a blast. So you're saying all I see is choppiness, Ricardo. That is a possibility right now. Like the market just moved and shaked pretty hardcore for like 45 minutes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's I like to use the term punch drunk. I don't know if any of y'all have done boxing, but sometimes you go out there and you get, sometimes the easiest way to win is just to let the other person keep on punching until they're punch drunk. But the market gets like that a little bit too, right? It's like, oh man, what do we do next? So, well, we got hang back, wait for a little bit, and then be patient for the volume, because the thing you want to wait right now, you'll notice, like if the market was pushing at, let's say we were moving like 250 to 300,000 shares a minute. Right now we're moving like 40 to 50,000. You know what I mean? So our volume is way down, right? And that's just because we're just assessing, reevaluating. Even the market makers are double checking inventory right now and figuring out what's going on. So give the market a few minutes to roll in. And then I think this is an interesting question. Maybe you can help me with, Brian. Someone was asking, and I'm going to go,
Hmm.
the first part I'll be, can buying the membership help me transition from a small cap mindset to understanding large cap trading? I'm going to boast and say, I definitely think we will help you understand it. That's 100%. We also have lots of psychology seminars and stuff like that, and go and access to like great trading psychologists like Creda and some of these others. And that really will help you get in the right mindset as well for that. But I know originally, Brian and Andrew were both very aware of the small cap world, right? And they made the
Yeah.
transitions of quite a while ago at this point into higher cap and large cap. That's actually the reason they started Vancouver Traders, which is now Bear Bull Traders, right? Was because they wanted a room that was geared towards large cap that still traded momentum in that fashion, which was pretty cutting edge when they started doing it. No one was really doing it that way, the way they do it now, So I definitely think if you come by, our two principal guys here, main traders, Andrew and Brian, both directly have personal life longevity experience in making that transition. So I definitely think they can help you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard. It's hard to make money with these low float, crazy trade stocks. I mean, you might get lucky a few times and and get a lucky move, but you've playing with fire because you can easily wipe out an account. There are it's just not our style. Just like things that are a little bit more, if you want to call it if you want to call it, for want of a better word, just predictable. Because you don't want to be guessing in this game. You want to be taking methodical trades, knowing where to get in, and knowing when you're wrong and stopping out. When you get these crazy low float things, they can go up fast, but they can go down even faster. And if you get stuck on the wrong side of a trade, it's just a great way to blow up your account. And we've had so many people over the years emailing us saying, "Oh, I was trading low floats with this person, and I've lost $30,000, and I need to make it back before my wife finds out." That kind of stuff. It's kind of sad in a way, but you can't. You just can't. You've got to stick with these stocks that are just a lot more predictable, if you want to call it that. So maybe putting in a bit of a higher low here on this last pullback on the Qs and SPY.
Hamza, yeah, Hamza was saying
Yeah,
he actually started doing some swings with some he calls them high quality small caps, and I think that's the thing, Hamza. I do think there
yeah,
are some small caps that are small caps, but they are still what you would say. They still offer a decent spread. Their liquidity is still okay. You know what I mean? They're just cheap, right? And that's it. But that is like maybe,
yeah.
what do you think? Like maybe 2% or 3% of the available small caps that are out there. And unfortunately, most people aren't picky enough to really make sure they're getting that high quality one. They want the get rich. The small caps offer insane possibilities if you over leverage into one and you happen to be correct. But and I'll point out, I know a couple of really high profile traders. I won't say any names because I don't want to go down that road right now. But, there's some pretty high profile traders right now that are giving back hundreds of thousands of dollars right now, just trying to bludgeon certain small caps that aren't performing, getting washed out and really big losses because their stops are getting run or they're not getting filled or they can't get their locates or whatever the reason is. And it's like these, you're putting in years of work and then in days, weeks, months, giving back years worth of profit when these things start going against you. So I think when Brian and Andrew really started pushing the high caps, I think part of it was, you'll notice like Avi in here. What's his watch list? I can tell you right now, I haven't looked at it. Mag 7 plus maybe something, right? But probably Mag 7.
AMD,
Why? Because he's got 6 or 7 tickers. They all provide opportunities every single day. They're all highly liquid. They all have great spreads. They all have great ATRs, right? They all have active options chains if he decides to go that route. You know what I mean? They're all got stuff he can do with, and that's why I like them too, because I can say, okay, these are the plays to look at and go. And with high caps, you're gonna get more consistency. And again, if performance is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting the same result, right, then low caps are kind of antithetical to performance, right? Because you have something that's consistently never going to do the same thing over and over again. You're actually kind of waiting for that one moment it does something completely unusual and then trying to capitalize on that, which is very difficult to do for even the most talented of traders, right? Why not lock into something that's doing the same thing over and over again, day after day after day, learn the ticker, learn its personality and how it likes to move, and then go in there and hit it with the strategy that you can replicate and do it with confidence. You know what I mean? So I definitely think if you come on by, we'll give you all the support you need. The BBT fam in here is spectacular. Obviously, we got our YouTube fam we're caring about too, but all the way around, I mean, anything we can do to help, let us know.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's funny you mentioned, small caps because I've got a few, I've loved the small caps regardless. I don't like day trading them, but I don't mind finding some good opportunities and, sticking some money in them. I've made a ton of money over the years on,
Mm-hmm.
some small caps with good stories. And that's what you got to look for with a small cap. Like right now, I've got a fair amount of shares in this one company that's got this cutting edge technology to make graphene. And I think graphene is sort of like the new lithium. It's going to be seeing more and more applications. They're talking about it in batteries and plastics. And this company is it's a Toronto Stock Exchange company. I think they might even trade on. Not sure if they trade on um, over the counter in the U.S. But anyway, that's in that one. So I do like to roll a dice if you want to call it that.
Sean just said when you said cutting
Yeah.
edge, it reminded him of Wolf of Wall Street. It's true. There's like when the
Oh
guy
yeah,
picks up
yeah.
the phone and he's like, I have this opportunity for you, this cutting edge company, and then it like pans to like some like small little like shed in like the back
Yeah,
of a
yeah, yeah,
trailer park or something like
yeah.
that.
You definitely have to do your due diligence on it. You can't just take what people tell you or some hot stock tip from the Uber driver that you just got in, and you got to really dive down a little bit, spend a little time doing some research, and just like I said, it's sort of like it's like you need to build a story. What is the long term potential for this, and you know does it have a good story? Because if it does, then maybe it's worth putting some money in. But yeah, I'm just looking at it. Hydrograph. I'm just trying to see if they have if they do any over the counter in the US. I'm really hoping they're going to release something with yeah, there's a yeah, they're OTC too. Again, risky risky trade. But it's kind of I view it a bit like but like venture capitalists when they look at opportunities to put money into things. I mean, they know probably, of the if they put in money to 10 of the companies, they hope that maybe two of them make it, and one of them's going to be like a 10 or a 20 bagger, or even get like 50x, and that's going to make up for the other 8 or 9 that just turn into duds. So that's kind of the venture capital game.
Hey, you want to see a bloodbath? Check out Meta. Still going.
Yeah, I know. Meta has just
I
been
mean,
shocked. Just
it completely engulfed yesterday's candle at this point. We're running out like 2 days ago's low right now. The volume is actually surprisingly low. But we'll see where it closes today.
I just think it's just been it's just run so much. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I think it's just really just extended, and now it's just now you just got a bunch of people taking profits. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they don't like Zuckerberg's idea about building robots now.
Well,
They
I mean,
he
not for
tore
nothing, it is news. You know what I mean? It's not always about whether it's good or not. It's just about, does it bring
Mhm.
potential instability to the future projection? It's like, well, they're going to build a new robot. Well, that's not what they've always been doing, right? So, and if they're doing
Yeah,
something different, now you have to decide as a shareholder, do you want to hold on for that, or do you want to go ahead and sell and see what happens? It appears like today a
yeah,
few people decided it was time to sell a little Meta and see what happens. So, but that also pairs perfectly with, again, we called the market right where we were expecting to get. We were calling a sell right from the open this morning because of where we were positioned in the market. So it just kind of like everything across the board was basically all lined up in a great spot to hit a sell. So, is that a manipulated market? I'll let you decide.
there you go. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can trade with
what
Schwab.
a disaster, man! Oh man, it's got to be finding a bottom here somewhere.
Vols, you can trade with Schwab if you want to. I actually use Thinkorswim for the vast majority of my analytics, although I trade through DOS and Ninja because of the execution speed. But I mean, TOS is my favorite platform for analytics. All the good stuff. Look at the market go.
Yeah, SPY Q's making new lows. SPY is back at low of day. Let's see if it holds here.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
the
mean,
SPY
if
actually
you
could
look
go to
at
606. I mean, this thing's got lots of downside.
if you look at Zuckerberg's record, I mean, the metaverse was supposed to be. Remember that? Remember people were selling. They were selling property in the metaverse,
I remember
and
that.
it was like, yeah, it's going to be worth a
Uh,
fortune.
It's like the Bitcoin of property. This is my unique IP
Yeah,
address, basically. It's my property.
yeah, it's funny.
It'd be like Wii World. You guys remember? You guys ever have like a Wiimoji back in the day when when you had a little Wii? No, Nintendo Wii. Feel like walking around like that.
Yeah, we are just struggling to find a bottom here on the Qs are just dropping. Tesla back at low of day. Nvidia is looking like it's going to test low of day again. Just watching here. Just watching now.
Just watching now. Well, my friend, I am also going to be just watching.
Okay.
With as much fun as you and I've had this morning, I
Yeah,
think I need a little bit of a break, man. So I think I'm going to go.
for sure, man.
Hyoman, I got a
All
really
right.
nice trade on Tesla, and I also shorted Qs and ES today. For everyone out on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging. I really enjoyed the repartee today. I'm going to kick out here for a little bit, but we'll have another mod coming and kind of close out the last half hour with Brian there. If you haven't done so already, if you're so inclined, please throw a little like in there. Share us, get us around. We really appreciate it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's lots of options out there, but we made some pretty good calls for you today. So
Yeah, no
it's so
kidding.
if you know what I mean, and gave you some really solid information. And if that isn't worth at least shilling for a like or two, you know what I mean? Profit of Profit, my favorite trading buddy. I'll miss you this
Yeah.
week because I think Andrew's back tomorrow.
Oh,
But we'll look for the next vacation so that we can do this again.
yeah.
But a pleasure as always, my
Always
friend, and
fun.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, always fun trading with Thor. Always seem to be making money with those trades. So yeah, it's all good. Thank you for hopping in short notice. Andrew was supposed to be back today, but obviously some I like to call them travel horror stories. If you've traveled a lot, there's always a few in the back of your mind there. You get stuck somewhere you don't want to be. Oh, look at the queues. The queues, they're just relentless. They're selling. Spy is really just trying to get above the VWAP now. Keep putting in a bit of a bottom here at 609. Yeah, there it goes. They just gave it up. The sellers just keep hitting it. Well, let's see what Meta does here. This 615, 716 level seems to be trying to hold. Got a bit of a doji there. Coming up to the 9 EMA, that's going to be the first test. All right, let's see what it does here. Look at that. Rejected right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. That level is completely magic, as usual.
Hey Brian, how you doing?
You want? I'm good. You want Thor's Twitter? I think. Let me just look. Oops. Good morning, Abby. How's it going?
Hey, all good, all good. Good morning to you. How you feeling today?
Yeah, yeah. I should say, although I should say, good evening to you. It's
Yes, it's
what,
evening.
7 o'clock there?
Yeah, 7:35 now, and it's been a stormy day.
Okay,
All kinds of rain and fun, and
really?
when you get rain in Dubai, you go out and play, basically.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
look up, just look up Thor Young on Twitter, you should find him. It's no spaces Thor, but then Young is capitalized, all one word. So there you go.
Awesome.
And Avi,
Ooh,
you got a Twitter account too, right? Oh, what the heck?
yeah. Yeah, I got a Twitter account and I got a lot of
Mhm.
FOMO on Meta. Anyways,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, eh? I mean, that's your trade right there. We talk about different trading styles. Did
Yeah.
you didn't pick that one up, eh?
No, I have not touched Meta yet today. I even showed up late to trade today, about 15 minutes late. I was took my son out for football. So I was late this afternoon, but yeah, man, Meta, I'm waiting for a massive reversal. I swear to God. When this reverses today, I'm gonna run this for 800 today, all in the day.
That was, yeah, the sell-off has absolutely been crazy.
Amazing. And I gotta say the pattern.
Amazon,
Yeah.
there's a few of them that have really run the gambit today. Amazon's another one that just got slammed. Um,
Amazing. Look at that.
yeah, yeah, Amazon ran from in $5. They're not as big a move as Meta, but then again, it's Meta's a higher price stock, so
Yep. You have Meta, Amazon, even I've been looking at Nvidia, and it's been, yeah, from just after that opening run, then it's just weak, 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 and right now breaking through another key level, 140 right
yeah,
there.
there you go. Yeah. Again, Nvidia, this is it's funny, when I mentioned I was on my swing trade video on the weekend, I was targeting this 143 level. I said that was going to be a level on my swing. That was where I was going to get out on that swing trade. I really didn't wasn't sure if we were going to get here on Tuesday, the day open, but man, we
Mm.
got up there and just followed my trading plan and and bailed on it, bailed on the rest.
Ooh,
Even
it's
with
amazing.
swing trading, you gotta have a plan, you know.
Mhm. Yep, always have a plan and play your trade book. Otherwise, you just kind of chase the whole market
Yeah.
around, and the market doesn't treat you well that way. So always stick to it. Have a plan and stick to it. Well, that's cool. You had 143 in mind on Nvidia, and that's the same level
Yeah.
I picked up as well just this morning. So it's
Oh, is that right?
amazing how we
Yeah.
end up at.
Not surprised. Yeah. Not surprised.
Yep,
Starting to get a
measured moves.
little bit of movement, maybe some bottoming action on the SPY. Doesn't necessarily mean
Mhm.
we're going to be ripping back to the high of the pre-market, but this in here, figure. Um,
You guys on YouTube, if you want to look at something interesting, and Microsoft, I got this level up here, which is basically the top of the 8 a.m. candle. You could say made a top, then a higher top, then a lower top. That's basically like a head and shoulders pattern. You could possibly perceive this as a short and would have been a good one. But really interesting. You're just
mhm.
looking for patterns at levels. I took Microsoft the other way, actually. I went long and got a partial trade out of it because I hit the wrong button. That was a shame.
No,
But
no, no.
that was great. Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter. So it's over. But yeah, again, levels, right? Amazing when things happen at levels.
Yeah. Oh, look at the SPY now. It's popping back up. Go
Mm.
again.
Um,
I would watch for a partial. I mean, I can see the market kind of coming back a bit and then kind of leveling out. This is the kind of day where you get this kind of price action. You get a big sell off. Market's going to come back, and it's going to find a level and it's going to stay there for a while. And then you might see it start to sell off again as we get into the end of the trading day or into the afternoon. So this is a pattern
Mhm.
that sometimes we see on a day like today. So look,
Mhm.
watch in the afternoon if we start to roll over again.
Mhm. Yeah, that would make a lot of good sense. Meta
Watch,
sell off down to about 715, then
yeah,
push up to maybe 720, hang around there, and then the last push for later on. Makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So we've gone through the 9 EMA on Meta, and now we're coming up to the 20 EMA. It looks like about 719. Wow, look at SPY is popping now. We've gone through the VWAP.
Yeah. Nvidia's interesting. Looks to me, looks very, very weak. It did the breakout, did a retest of 140 with a hammer, reverse hammer. So quite bearish. And now new one at low happening. So to my eyes, this looks like the sellers are in charge more than any other possibility. I still don't know what to do with Meta. I would love to reverse this,
Yeah,
but
I don't
we'll
know.
see.
You kind of like to, you don't like to trade a like a V reversal because you just don't know if this is truly a bottom or we're just going to come back down and retest that low.
Mhm.
V reversals are probably the hardest ones to trade. I mean, I don't know. Did you look at where we bounced? Does it make sense where we bounced on
See, for me, it's just
on
measured
Meta?
moves, and yeah, it bounced very close to 715, and I've got a measured move level right there. So right in the vicinity,
Right.
it's a big round number, so it all adds up. But again, you need that evidence that the buyers are truly taking over from the sellers, which, like you said, V
Yeah.
reversals are, a little too
Or whether
dangerous.
it's or whether it's just a bunch of people that got short are starting to cover.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
and then, yeah, but the sellers are still there and they just still eventually start to overwhelm that buying again. So,
just don't know right now.
um,
Yeah. Let's see, yeah, I don't see anything that I would trade at the moment. The biggest temptation at the moment for me is Nvidia, but even that's tricky for the short. There it is. Looks like it's going, but tough one.
yeah, look at the cues we rejected right at the 20 EMA. And that's the second time we did that. We did that at 1010, right at the 20 EMA on the 2 minute chart.
Mhm. Hues. Hmm. Oh yeah, all
And
super bearish.
SPY, yeah, we're still struggling here. Let's get doing some work on my charts here.
Got Roy here in YouTube. You took Meta. Yeah, one of my mentees. Yeah, I traded this morning. My mentees looks like a lot of them took Meta. I didn't. That's
Nice.
fine. You guys are. JJMA, you're talking about PLTR here. It touched the 8 a.m. level and then went away from that. Yeah, look at that. Right about 120.67. Yeah. Some perfect bounce. If you're trading the open aggressively, that's not too far off from a fallen angel
Mm,
kind of setup.
yeah.
Very good. Wow, what a rip. I gotta start trading this stuff again. You guys give me FOMO. This patience game doesn't work for me. Just forget about it.
Oh well, if you're patient waiting for the good right trade, then at the end of the day, your account is going to be safe and you're going to live to trade another day.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's always and it's always you know such a tease to look back and look at money you could have made. But
Yeah, no, you can't go changing your
yeah,
trade book based on, one day you missed a few opportunities. It just doesn't make sense. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I look at that meta tray. I just kept looking at it going down, thinking, oh, it's got to bounce here, it's got to bounce here, but you just never know.
Yeah.
Qs and
Now,
SPY, we're definitely finding a buyer here.
mhm. Nvidia just put in a very bullish candle. That's very interesting. A moment ago, I was thinking very weak on Nvidia, but it has the makings of a double bottom, not a good one. You got a second
Yeah.
bottom higher than the first, big bullish candle, but it's all just a little too tight in here. You want to have a good arch, some space between the bottoms, basically, for a good one, a powerful one to reverse for the day, which at the moment it does not. What else? Yeah, Meta is definitely we're now taking a breather. Its behavior has completely changed in the last 10 minutes compared to what it did all day. Small,
Yeah,
tiny candle.
Meta's trying to hold this 9 EMA on top of it, this pullback. I mean, it could be an ABCD pattern, or it could be a breakout. Sort of setting up for another leg up here. I kind of feel like it might go back down, retest the low. I'm not gonna trade anymore today. I'm kind of done, but at least for the time being, I'll keep an eye on the market. But yeah, look at there's your sellers coming back in again.
Yeah. Meta on times. Cool, cool. What do we have here in the chat? We have John Titus Ford. Hopefully VWAP bounce at one of the levels on SMCI. SMCI. I have not looked at SMCI. So what you're talking about here, John Ford, is a level aligning up with VWAP. Yeah. So you can have a trade book based on that. If you find the statistics make sense, you've back tested it, you looked at it, you've tried it in the simulator, all that, it makes sense. Where a level lines up with a moving average or something like that, then I think you're in business.
Wow, look at this. The Q's tested the 9 EMA again and just
Mhm.
complete rejection. Now we're back down at low of day. Same with the SPY. We're heading back to PDC. See,
There
look
it
at this.
goes.
Like the sellers are still in charge. Let's see what SPY does at PDC here.
Most definitely in charge. Yeah. And that Nvidia play is coming together as well. Again, just a little pullback,
Yeah,
140,
look at that.
and
Yeah.
again, so going down through 139, looks like. Yeah. Still nothing for me at the moment. I don't see anything I would get into. I was tempted on Nvidia. Didn't take it.
Well, it's kind of yeah. The what doing a short there? It's coming back to right now. It's hit
Yeah.
yesterday's Friday's high. This is Friday's high right now, and
Oh yeah.
previous day close is not very far away. Just under 138.
Mhm. It's all right in that area. Yep. So if I was really planning a big move, at least on the levels, it would say 138.50, which is a long way out from 140, but it's halfway
Hmm.
there. Very interesting. So there you go. That one is on its way.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
could bounce off PDC.
Mhm. Yep. It's all in that area, right? 139 and 138.80, right about around there. So this is where it's interesting. If it bounces, I'm going to reverse this one, okay? We'll go for 150.
For what? Which one are you talking about?
Nvidia.
Oh, Nvidia.
It's,
Okay.
we keep having these dreams, it reverse and it goes twice the distance, but it's just incredible. Phantom trades.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nvidia. Yeah, nice, yeah, good potential for a play right off of this area, this PDC area.
Mhm. Yeah, nice. We got Jack Poison here on YouTube. You're in Nvidia, all right? Cool. Watch the action. It's interesting. Oh, Tesla on the move all of a sudden. Getting
Yeah,
some
yeah, Tesla will do this, these
yeah.
lower volume spikes.
Mhm.
That's why Tesla is a little bit dangerous to trade. Oh, the Russell seems to be popping up here.
Oh, Russell, all those garbage companies,
The
huh?
IWM. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Didn't Tesla fit into that? It's never made money, ever, as far as I know.
Yeah. I think they are making money now.
Profit? Or still paying back
Well,
shareholders, or I don't
yeah, I
know.
think so. Yeah.
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 Okay. Cool.
I mean,
Be fun.
they're incredibly overvalued, and I shouldn't say overvalued, but they're incredibly expensive on a price to earnings. If
Yeah.
you want to talk the F word, fundamentals. But there's a lot of stocks like that, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of overvalued stocks on this tremendous, this whole Mag 7 thing. Man, Meta has got my attention
Well,
again, getting bullish here.
you can even
Yeah.
look at OKLO. I mean, they have absolutely zero revenue, and they're valued at billions.
Amazing how that works, huh? Read all
Yeah,
the old investing books and it's the opposite. Like, look for the value and go for that, but that just has not been so
yeah,
powerful in the last 20 years or something.
no.
That is what it is.
There you go. See, now that was a lower high on Meta, so maybe you might get little bit of a run back up here if we can get through this 2020 EMA.
Mhm. Yeah, Meta's interesting. It's put in a higher low as well, but it's really swirly. And you gotta go slow this time of the day as well. Can't be aggressive. Oh well.
Okay, got along a little bit of SPX here. Said I wasn't going to do any more trades. Lack of showing my lack of discipline.
Uh,
Unfortunately, I've been rewarded.
you don't need discipline. You just got the right intuition. You're good.
All right, I'm long a couple of SPX calls and just seeing where we go with it with the spy.
Yeah. You're also right about Nvidia bounced off of that 139 level. What was it, the high of Friday or so? So that's happened as well. Tesla as well, pushing the Tesla's a great big mess. Oof, Google's interesting. Nvidia has my attention more than anything else. It's got the right kind of look to it.
All right. Well, I'm getting selling some of these SPX calls now. Yeah,
Very nice. Good little catch there.
that was a little yeah, I kind of thought, oh yeah, there's an opportunity here. Looks
Mhm.
like I was kind of waiting for something that looked like a bit of a bottom.
Mhm.
Was thinking it wasn't going to happen for a while, but got in these 6,115 SPX calls, $8.
Zero.
Now sold some at 10.50. I don't have
Nice.
a lot. These is a little bit of a it can be a bit of a dangerous trade here. You can give back a lot of money quickly. These things move fast.
Wow. Yeah, zero DTE, so you gotta exit quickly.
Yeah,
Get the pop.
yeah.
Makes sense. Mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm. So still not seeing much. At least I'm not in anything, but SPY was good. Nvidia's still good.
Yeah.
Dang it.
All right. Well, I'm getting out of the rest of these. There we go.
Mhm.
KLO came popping back up. Yeah, you just got to be ready to reload when the market finds a bottom here. Because
Mhm.
the way the market is right now, and that's the other thing about some of these low floats and meme stocks. I mean, they're you know, it's easy to trade. It's been easy to trade. These are relatively easier to trade these. So it, just be aware that, market dynamics do change and these things, they're the first things to fall out of favor when the market goes a little sour.
Yep. You don't have
Yeah.
diamond hands in
So,
those, you know.
yeah. Yeah. It's been crazy.
Mhm.
It's been a crazy market for the last 4 or 5 years for sure,
Mhm.
or since the pandemic even.
Yeah.
Let's see
You
here.
gotta have a little crazy. Crazy is fun. Always fun. So yeah, I still don't see anything. So what do we got here? Sumit, you want to see the 5 minute on Tesla? All right. What does that look like? Oh, it is just chop, 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 chop. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about, a double bottom kind of situation, but it's so messy. It's really messy. And you got to understand a double bottom is by definition a bottom, as in it has to come from up to down and make a bottom. So it came from a downtrend. In this scenario right here, I don't see that. It's just kind of chopping in a range. It's really messy. You could almost say it's range bound bottom to the top, and you can look at it that way. But this is just a range. There you go,
Yeah,
guys. On
Tesla's really choppy. I mean, we had some really great moves at the open, but now those moves are becoming less and less exaggerated.
yep, they are. I wouldn't play with that.
Now it's sitting right at Friday's close PDC, and it's just narrowing into that trading range.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Hmm. Now
Tesla.
there's the Qs or the SPY kind of rolled over, and the Qs kind of rolled over a bit now after this spat of buying.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah,
How we do
it's
out
amazing.
in YouTube land today? Did you guys have a good day? Hopefully, um, these are the kinds of days where you watch the hot stocks like PLTR. They're the meme stocks or the stocks that are everybody wants to own. So these pullbacks usually at some point represent opportunities to buy,
Mhm.
like PLTR. What did UPST? Wow, UPST actually had a pretty good day. What's going on with Reddit? Reddit's having some challenges after that earnings report. It's actually down in an area where it might be an opportunity for a long. It's 187. SMCI. Was there some news on SMCI? Because it was gapping up. Did the auditors finally um, sign off on their financials? I didn't see.
So that'd be
See.
interesting if they did, and I would expect if that happens, when or if that happens, that would be a huge deal, and it would
Yeah, you
have
would
a
think.
massive pop. Did, yeah, so it did have a pop, and it would make sense
Yeah, it did.
if
That's
that
why I
happened.
wondered if there was some news on it.
Hmm. Very interesting.
Had a big pop up right to it's got this little level at 63 it could go to. We've kind of broken out of a prior level. See see if there's any news here. Mm, So it's not till until February 25th when they're supposed to file with the SEC.
Mhm. Andy Thomas, two green trades. Good, congratulations. Always a good feeling to be in the green. So we got Zach NZ saying SMCI earnings on the 25th. Okay. Pre-earnings plays. Mhm. Cool, cool. Here, I'll show you guys something interesting. I see on the chart here. With Amazon, big move to the downside, then a massive long tail hammer with room to the left. The new 1 minute high would be the
Mm,
entry for the reversal. That's one of the reversal strategies I look at, but wouldn't there's no reason I would touch this one. Well, there's a very good reason I would not touch this one, and it's that it's just not near the zone, not near one of the levels. If it behaves like this at a level, I'd be interested. I would have taken this long about 3 minutes ago, but it's just not there. It's happening kind of in between levels. So again, that's just one thing I would trade. I mean, it may still reverse, but if your setup's not there, don't touch it. So I'm not touching this, not here at least. And all kinds of interesting moves in the markets. Oh, all right. Yeah, 3 days off, and I feel like I need another 3 days off.
yeah, this was a lot of fun today.
Yeah. Just action all the time. Yama, you're looking
All
at
right,
Tesla
nice.
for a long. No. Mhm. Go ahead. Yeah, Tesla.
And a nice little move up here on Meta now. All right, well, I'm going to grab some breakfast. It's after 8 o'clock. So, yeah, it was a really nice day in terms of volatility. Got some great opportunities for some trades. And yeah, I hope everyone else had a good morning as well. If you didn't, there's another day, and hopefully you just honored your stops and didn't lose a lot of money. That's when you have a bad trade, that's the important thing. So
Mhm.
take care, everybody. Abby, have a good rest of your evening there. And yeah, we'll catch everyone maybe a little later in the day, if not tomorrow morning. Cheers,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you, Brian. Take it easy. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, guys, we're gonna hop off for the chat room here. Continue on at YouTube. So those in YouTube, stay tuned. Avi and myself will be on here. In the chat room, Thor is coming on next.
See this, guys. Google is tempting. Take a long off the level. Looks like it wants to bounce, but it's not a setup that I take. I'll take a big double bottom, which it has here, but the second bottom's lower than the first. That makes it invalid. And now it's just, you got to zoom out a bit, and this is just chop. You don't want to play with this. So let it go. Nvidia actually is cleaner. A kind of skewed reverse head and shoulders pattern at about the level, but not something I truly trust. Nvidia is kind of messy too, anyway. So let's see what else we got here. You guys are looking at snow and hymns and all this stuff. Let's see. Snow was really tough at the open, and it looks like it cleaned up nicely. If you caught a bounce, that would be fun. Even without having levels on the chart, you can kind of look at where it's been, and you can see where it is now. It had found very severe resistance previously, right? See the wicks here? Big rejection straight down. Pretty much where it is. So you can do stuff that way, intraday levels. Works nicely. Oops. Hymns. Ooh, big move there too. Again, lots of volatility. Big move down, recovery, and hit 60, the round number, pretty much where it chopped around earlier. Yeah, good stuff. Possible resistance area, huh? Cool. Frank the Tank. You enjoyed the live session with the mindset? Nice. Glad you liked it, man. Thanks for coming. Always fun. Always fun to have a chat. Ahmedas, you're looking at MU. I got some sort of level there from a long time ago. Look at that, projected. Anyways, so broke high of day not long ago. Looks like it's holding above. So what do you know? Fun, huh? Cool, cool. Oh yeah, here guys from from the BBT team, we still have the Valentine's Day offer going on for tradingterminal.com. So basically everything in there is half off. Still, it's past Valentine's Day, but still. So if you're thinking about it, it's there at the moment. Looking at this market, and I don't know what to think about it. I mean, what to do with it except sit and wait. There's nothing in my trade book right now. Nathan and AVGO. Yeah, that's that low float stuff, is it? No, it's not. Don't even know. That's interesting. Take a look. So you have an opening range. You can almost identify it. Finally broke out, and sure enough, it rejected the bottom of the opening range, right? Breakout, retest, and then made higher lows. So it's bullish. And now, more recently, probably with a lot of volume at about 1050, broke right back into the opening range, finding it as support. So this level here, about 227, I'd say, seems to be critical. It was support, then a breakout, then it was resistance, then it was resistance, then it broke back in. Now it's turning into support again. You could possibly use 227 as an area for risk management, as in put a stop on the other side of it. That's how I would see this sort of thing. Interesting, huh? Whoa, there goes Tesla. Just can't catch this thing. I took a break-even position on it earlier. What was it? I think from the bottom, and it went, and I got out of break-even, something like that. But it's super messy. I mean, if you're taking a long somewhere here in the last, 30 minutes on Tesla, can you survive all this movement up and down, up and down? For most people, it'll mess with you, and you prematurely exit the trade or prematurely add into the trade or make a big mess. So yeah, that's very tricky trading these kinds of things. That's why one of those things I prefer to do when I'm in reversals, especially, is try not to watch it. The easiest way to manage a trade is not to manage it, right? Put your orders and leave it alone. You do it consistently, and then you'll know the results. Cool. Melanie, you got mRNA. Good. Patience game, huh? Anyways, so now in hindsight, I was telling you guys earlier, Nvidia looked like a decent reversal, reverse head and shoulders kind of setup. In hindsight, looks like it's working. But you got to take it in the moment, right? Not in hindsight. So that one is there.
Hey, Avi, how you doing, man?
Hey, Carlos, I'm good. How you doing today?
Good, man. Can't complain. Doing okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
Doing
yeah.
okay.
Welcome back. It's been 3 days, and
Yeah, three nice days. Got a little break. It's nice. I don't mind those. Had an uneventful, quiet long weekend. So, no,
nice,
not bad, not bad.
nice, cool, cool. So you've been having fun so far. I figured you would with the moves up front.
Yeah, man. No trace for me today, man. This is unfortunate. I had a little issue. I'm actually so funny. I'm running all of this right now on extension cords from my living room. So it was not a fun morning today. So I have a breaker issue here in this room, and I got a guy
Oh,
coming in. I think he said 12:30, but these guys are never on time to check everything. So um, and it was, dude, it's so cold over here. It's like the feel is like 6. So when I came to this office, because my office is in a garage, so I turn my garage into my trading room, my studio, and all that. So kind of like my main cave. I got my gaming stuff over there and all that stuff. And today the heater here wasn't working because everything was off. So it was freezing. It was like 30 degrees in here, man. So this must have lost power like sometime
oh,
overnight. But yeah, it was not fun. My hands are still cold. uh,
wow.
yeah. So
Gosh,
if you
good
hear,
luck.
I don't know if you can hear the heater going off. I got a space heater, so I don't know if you guys can hear. If you can, apologies for that. But yeah. Other than that, can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Did your leather jacket arrive and you can keep yourself warm?
Yes, it did. I actually had it on earlier. It's right over here,
How you
man.
doing? I love
My
it.
Temu leather jacket, man, is on here. Yeah, I didn't put this on right now. It's a little warm in here now, but I can still rock the leather jacket, man. Why not? So funny. So it arrived Friday evening. I was out with my wife for dinner for Valentine's. When we got home, we left the kids with my mom babysit it, and we left the kids with my mom, and they got, the package came in. We opened it up, and she was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "You ordered from Temu?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I am." My wife couldn't believe it. She's like, "No way!" I'm like, "Yeah, this is quality stuff, man." You know. So yeah, but yeah,
Oh, I
I
love
could see you can't do too much with this. It's not gonna last forever, but it looks good. Looks good. My mom
Yeah,
liked
it's
it. Wife liked it. You know.
good, man. All
So
the important people, all good.
that's it, man. That's it. Pleather,
Uh,
actually, Yama 100%. But people don't know. Just don't touch me. Just look.
yeah, just
No, don't rub my arms. We don't need to go that route. Oh man.
Cool.
Fun
Today's your
stuff,
turn
man.
to wear the leather. I'm gonna stay away from the leather. I already wore it this
Yeah, yeah.
morning
No,
on the
and
bike.
I'm not gonna keep it too long because it is actually very warm because I blasted the heat to get this place warmed up. So it's actually pretty warm in here. It's like 70. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
I won't have this on
It's
for
hot.
long. But yeah, there it is, guys. Temu arrived on time as promised. But yeah, I'm gonna be rocking this. Gonna be rocking this over in Vancouver. So you gotta bring another jacket, man. We're gonna take a picture in Vancouver with our
We'll
leathers
do it.
on.
We'll do it. The secret that I didn't tell you is that I got a few of those leather jackets.
Oh, you got a few of
So,
those. Oh, so you're gonna bring the good one. Oh, you got a few
good one.
Temu leather jackets.
No, from Temu just one, but from some other really shady online gothic store, I got a leather jacket there too. So,
Abby's like our shady jacket tester. He's gonna try different websites, see who delivers, who doesn't. Oh man. Now I gotta buy a Harley. Yeah, so I better trade tomorrow and get a Harley. But yeah, it's pretty warm in here. I'm gonna take this
yeah,
off.
Harley. Yeah, fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have a bike license, but I do ride not bikes, but mopeds in my country. They're all over the place. So I've run a few of those before. So it should be somewhat similar with a lot more speed and power. So should be fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Cool, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, man.
So,
So that threw my morning off. But today there are so many placements. So I hope you guys did well. We had SMCI. We had Tesla was crappy, but we had Nvidia did good. Initial breakout there. So many things. Meta, of course, did very very well. So hopefully you guys caught some 5-minute ORBs on that. And I'm gonna actively look for reversals today, man. Meta looks possibly good for reversals. So I'm with you. If we see something, we'll take something live with you guys here today. Because I do want to trade. I'm itching to trade. So let's see if we can get into something here today.
we'll find it. We'll find it.
Yeah,
Meta
we'll
has
see.
it. Meta has the makings for a reversal, meaning it's been directional so far.
Yeah,
It's found a level, found buyers at a key number, 715, and most importantly, there's a level down there too. So far, it's got the makings. Let's see.
yep. I'm afraid this extension course gonna. I'm literally running this thing like under my legs. You can see it here. It's very thick. It's like 100 feet long. It's yeah, it's getting the job done. It's such a mess right now.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, man. I like Meta. Really like Meta right here for a possible reversal. How's your levels looking there? It's right bouncing off that level as well. At least trying to hold.
Yep.
So let's see. Let's see. Should be coming up any minute. 5 minute looks good. And please don't follow me on this reversal. I am not a great reversal trader. So trade at your own risk if I do get long.
Meta. It's tricky. It's not clean, but it's good. We got a few questions here. Amazon. What y'all want to know about Amazon? John and Serges. Amazon. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see. I don't see it doing anything. Earlier, I was telling you guys about the reversal setup, but it's not at a level, so it's in the middle of nowhere. Now it's still in the middle of nowhere, so it's not something I would even look at in this area. Let it get close to a green line, and then you have an opportunity maybe. And AMD, yep, that's AMD is just a joke right now. So let it go.
AMD is messy, man. It's trying to break out above the VWAP for me here. But you're right, AMD is a mess at the moment. Nasty.
Yeah, we have Apple on the move though. That's an interesting one. I've been having an eye on it. So got to the level and there's two big candles right through it. Let's see what's happening. Some buyers are here. You can see the lows stepping up higher and higher. So buyers are in the game here. So it seems.
Yeah, going green here after hanging out at the low.
Oh, and for you guys who want to see a pattern, this is something I would look at. I didn't notice it till right now. Again, in hindsight. You see Microsoft in a range. Earlier we were talking about Microsoft hitting its head up on the top there and a possible short. And now looking back on it, you can see it also as a consolidation area. the top there, then a breakout, basically went to the bottom there, and then retest where it broke out from around this 409.20 area. And if you're able to identify the rejection, find a short in that zone, and it go down for 408 again. So you can see again many different ways to trade this. Many patterns on it. I haven't touched it yet today. Well, I did. I took one partial trade on it earlier. But yeah, many ways to see things.
Yeah, I thought Nvidia would have traded a little bit better today after such a beautiful pre-market activity. Initial pop and then just became a short, but I thought they would do much better to the long side, if anything, after the open, but pretty much
Not to
collapsed
be.
here.
And there goes AMD. A moment ago we were saying it don't look good, and then it just goes out of nowhere.
Yeah, so
Something
Melody
happened.
mentioned that in chat too.
No.
Yeah, right above the VWAP. If it retests, it could be a good long again. If it retests the VWAP here. I don't know. Guys, I don't want to. I don't want to get caught in chop. That's the thing about these reversals or plays at this time, right? You don't want to caught in
Yep.
chop. Get caught in chop.
Yep. Shop is everywhere. And that's the hard part
Yes.
about reversals, man. It rarely goes smoothly.
Yeah.
You just gotta wait for it to go slow. Oh, what else? Apple has a product launch tomorrow, says Nathan N. Okay.
What are they
What
launching?
product? What are they gonna talk about this time?
Can't be a new iPhone again. I mean, it's getting old every year. Come on, give us something.
What? iPhone SE4. What is that? Aren't we on like the 20th iPhone by now or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, but the SE is like their, not their flagship, but it's like their really old model phone. It's like the one with the square. People like it. It's small, right? I think it's a small phone. Like my brother,
Yeah.
he's a mechanic and he likes these small phones because they, they don't get in his way when he's working. They don't slam onto the plane or scratch the plane. They're very small, so he likes
Mm.
these. Um,
Okay. Are these refurbished 2007 iPhones? And Apple is selling them for real. That
with
could
new
be
packaging and AI in it.
AI.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
New tech, low
Oh,
price. Yeah, some people that
cool.
love these they love the smaller screen, right? That they there's people out there. My brother's one of them. I'm like, dude, the screen is so small. It's time to grab his phone. Like, this is small, man. He's like, that. So I like.
Yeah, it's convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a retest on Apple, right? Retesting of the previous day close. Can it get the legs under to go towards the high of the day is the question. Doesn't seem like it, man. It doesn't seem like the
No.
volume is so low compared to every other candle around 11:15. I'm looking at the 1 minute. I mean, I don't know if it has the juice. Very hard to trust this right here, even after such a nice candle 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. It's just I also see it as an area of chop. It's been choppy around here, and I don't see a pattern set up for a break high of day. I don't see a reversal set
Yeah,
up, a big double top. I just don't see anything in it except it's excited, but it doesn't know where it wants to go. It's like a crazy toddler with too much ice cream. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
that.
it's about right. Yeah, as I'm looking through my list, man, Meta is the best option I see
Yeah.
for a trade. Look at AMD, man. You see this fake out? Look at this crap. This is so this trade this time of day is so tough. Look at the fake out. Hits 114.58 and then right back down below the VWAP. It's thought it was going somewhere and it's just back and chop, man.
What are you looking at? Nvidia, is it?
No, that was AMD. AMD.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just shot up and look at just the fake out. Apple might do the same thing. Apple's also just broke out and right back down.
Oh, yeah. Not much for now.
All right, how do you guys on YouTube doing? Let's see here, some questions. What do you guys think about Tesla short on the long term? Short on the long term? I don't know, man. That's risky. I don't know. What would be your target, right? Because we just had a nice low all the way down to 323, around that area, 320, yeah, 325 or so. Uh, Long term, I don't know. I don't know. It's a one headline away from going wherever you want it to go. So that's the problem with this one. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't like long term short stuff, man. To be honest, I think you're going against the grain. I mean, I think I'm going against the grain. And, you have to have your plan. Your target is 308 on Tesla. This could be very long term. So I don't know. That could be very long term. I personally would risk it. Not telling you what to do, but it's just tech has been so strong, and it finds a way to come back. And I don't know. We might not see it go back down from here. So we'll have to see. They're constantly trying to push new things. They're full self driving. Everything else. It's a tough trade. 308 is not far fetched though. That could be a easy pullback before we get back towards the highs here if they do things well. Um, but that would be tough. But these guys are involved with
The
so much stuff, man. Like they're involved now with Dell. They're working with Dell to try to get service up and running for their self-driving vehicles and all that. So they're involved with so much tech that at any point you can get a release that's gonna be, major, right? Because that's what they do. And next thing you know, this thing is back up all-time high. So just got to be careful. Got to be careful.
If you're looking to hold Tesla for 308, you might want to hold it. You might have to hold it through 500 and then back to 308. That kind of. So just kind
Yeah.
of, I don't want to
Yeah,
play that game.
seriously, I don't want to play that game. These stocks, the Teslas, the Metas, and even Apple. Like Apple had its pullback, and it has since then recovered. It has pulled back all the way down to 220. And if you notice, right, when it started pulling back up, it still had a sell off, but it didn't even go down to the lows of like January 22nd, January 21st, right? It came down to 227 around that area, and it just bounced right back up, right? So um, Tesla could be doing the same thing. It might have already put in its low, and you know how it is, man. People love to throw money at Tesla, so we might not see another bottom unless a shoe falls, unless some kind of headlines, some negative news here, bad sales, something happens, then we might be able to see that low again. But just a lot of buyers that went in there at that 326, 330 area that want to jump in.
Yeah, I don't even short when I'm day trading, you know that? Ever. Just
Oh,
no
I
short
did
ever.
I did not know that. So you don't short, you're long. All your
Yeah.
trades are long. Nice.
Yeah,
I did not
I'm
know
always
that.
going long. Well, I go long puts, put options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's effectively short, but I don't short anything ever.
Well, yeah, well that's effective. Yeah, effectively you're betting right to go down, but for the most
Yeah.
part you're long. You're looking for long trades. Okay.
Yeah, I never look at, yeah, never hit the red button on the screen, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Nice, man. It's like Peter. Peter, he does take long and short, but he's heavy on the short side of things. He loves shorting stocks more than anything, man. He feels comfortable. He does well with it, so he's uh he's all about shorts, which is
Mhm.
different, right? Because a lot of people would like to go long. They feel like they don't want to go against the overall market. At the end of the day, the market just wants to go up, right? The natural tendency of the market is to go up, right? Um, so yeah, so it's interesting. That's why for long term stuff, it's like I feel like I feel like the stock eventually wants to go up, right? I might struggle a little bit if I'm willing to hold it, 2 years. I'm not betting short on it. So it depends what your long term is, right? On top of that, so
Mhm. We got a question here in chat about the elite membership and what courses you get access to. Carlos, would you have the details on that?
yeah, I think you get access to almost everything. So the elite monthly or annual on both of those, Daily monthly, you get access to the live onboarding class, which you all do, of course, the day trading and option courses, right? So all of it are courses, right? You get access to the advanced courses as well, and I believe also the webinars, which is the key thing, right? On the basic monthly, you don't get access to the weekly webinars, right? And that's the big one right there. It's a lot of great material on these weekly webinars. So if you do the annual, the only difference is you get the one-on-one psychology with Dr. Kenneth Reed. Is Dr. Kenneth Reed, I believe, yeah. So I think he's doing the one-on-ones with that. He's awesome. He's really good. So yeah, so you get access to all our educational stuff with the elite membership. The monthly or the annual, you get everything. And the great thing about it is, like, I don't know if you guys seen it, but down here, let me show you. People ask about, I don't know, we don't promote it, but it's there. People ask about the lifetime membership. We actually have a lifetime membership. So if you're very, very serious and you're for sure, this is the greatest deal you're going to see. It's the lifetime membership. I don't know why we do that. It is a steal. I'll tell you that right now. Because it gives you, it's not like a lifetime membership where, okay, you get access to whatever there is right now. No, everything that comes out new after this, that's going to probably have tons of volume. Everything that gets upgraded and updated, you get access to, like, forever, right? So if you decide you want to take a couple of months break, a year break, you can always just come back. And I've seen people do that, though. I've seen people come into the onboarding class, right, Avi, and they're next to their name, they'll have like 4 years, 3 years, but they're just have the time to do it. So they bought their lifetime membership, who knows how long ago, right? Well, 4 years, whatever the time is. But they're just learning, right? So one time I thought somebody was pulling my leg, like, hey man, you've been here for 3 years, you're asking this basic question. Well, why is that? I was curious, not insulting, in a curious way. I'm always curious. You got to be curious about everything, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I bought the lifetime membership and I'm gonna use it now. I'm like, wow, good for you. Good for
Nice.
you. You made out.
Yeah.
You made out. So
There you go.
it only goes up in value. I'll tell you that much.
Certainly does. And Carlos is absolutely right, guys. I bought it in 2019. I bought the lifetime membership. I think a year later, or a year and a half later, I'd completely quit from trading. Just quit. I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then, 6 months after quitting, I found my way back into it. And the membership is still there, obviously, and things have
Nice.
evolved, and it's still there.
Yeah.
We still have
Yeah.
it.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
there it is.
There's some long time buyers of that. They bought it probably when it was like 600. Like it's extremely cheap, man. I was one of those. It's funny because I bought the lifetime membership, and then after being BT for a while, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep paying monthly. Just get the lifetime membership. And then a few, like 2 months, 3 months later, Andrew said, hey, you want to be part of the team and help out with the community? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I help out. And I'm like, man, I should have waited. I should have bought that membership. It is all good. It is all good.
Fantastic.
The chopness continues in the market, my friend. Here's where we just sit down, relax, put on your leather jackets if you're cold, and just chill, because look at Meta, even Meta back down. So we are
No.
in a chop fest. A lot of great moves at the market open until about 10:30, 11 on some tickers, and everything else now is sideways. So John, lifetime member since 2019. Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm curious how much you paid for that. Curious to know what was your price tag at that time. So yeah.
A question here, Hallbrook. What is the options book you wrote the options book I wrote? I haven't written a book yet. It's just too much work. But Brian has a book out, Brian
Yes.
Peasant, How to Trade Options.
It is a lot of work, man. People don't. I give it up to Thor, Brian, Andrew wrote a couple, but Andrew naturally likes like he was an engineer, chemical engineer. So he's good at writing and putting stuff together. So for him, it's just taking the time to out of his busy schedule sit down and actually do it. But he enjoys some of that. But if you don't enjoy writing at all, it's not one of your passions, man. Writing a book is tough. The back and forth, it's
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, it's too
easier
much.
now than it was before. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hell, man, I can hardly even read. Forget about writing. So, what do we got? PR, you want to know which book I mentioned that should be read right after Rich Dad Poor Dad that I mentioned before? It would be a book on your relationship with money and finance. Which one
Hmm.
would it be? Which one did I recommend? Well, have you read the 80/20 book? Read that. That's first. Um,
I haven't
oh
read that
gosh,
one.
and
I
we
got
have
I got to
some.
read that one because I really like your webinar last week about the 80/20, how you started. And it's so true, man. 80/20 is not those exact numbers, but a lot of it comes off of that, man. It's crazy. Life is 80/20,
Yeah,
100%, 100%. So I really like that part of your presentation.
amazing. So yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's kind of how the world works, and so I figured when I came to day trading, let me see if it
Yeah,
works here, and I'm here, so it's all good.
yeah, yeah. No,
Works,
absolutely,
works.
absolutely, man. And
Yeah.
it's just not trading, right? Since we're in chop, we could just kind of go off topic a little bit here. What trading does too, it opens your mind up to different entrepreneur type ideas too, right? Because a lot of people that like day trading, they have some kind of entrepreneurship in them, right? Because they're attracted to kind of running their own business, not being in 9 to 5. Eventually, not being in 9 to 5 is what kind of motivates you. But once you realize how much work is involved, it makes you think about, okay, what else can I do, right? So I did this. What else can I do, right? What other source of revenue can I create? And I was telling this to my onboarding class yesterday. You got to think about different source of revenues. Trading is not the be all end all. Think of it as a source of revenue that's eventually grow to be something significant, but don't stop there. Think about something else. Because you
Mhm.
just, for example, like I think about my kids, right? I can't pass down day trading to them, and I wouldn't want to, right? I wouldn't want to pass down day trading unless they come and say, "Hey, Dad, I like this. Can you show me this?" Right? I'm not gonna say, "Hey, I was teaching about investing and saving and all that other stuff, and investing in the markets." But actual day trading, you have to have a passion for that. So I don't want to put that on them if they don't like it, right? It just doesn't make sense. But if you own a business, if you start a business, if you start this, that stuff you can pass down. This is something that's tangible that you can move down to your kids, right? So so I'm thinking about like, hey, what else can I do? What else can I do? Can I rent an apartment? I have one apartment rented out. So think about other things you can do with the money you make. So I have one apartment that has a tenant. I'd like to get another one, but man, getting a third property in Jersey is so hard, man. So difficult, especially now. It's tough. So you could live in a place where it might be easier to get a property, right? So just start thinking about what else can you do, right? So that's very important.
Mhm. Yep, I totally agree with you. That's you got to, it keeps your mind fresh too. And if you have that kind of, as you mentioned, the entrepreneurial kind of spirit about you, you always find ways that you want to create value or you can help people. There's all kinds of stuff that pops up just in your natural thought process. And then the
Yeah,
key is
yeah,
just to go for it, give it a go, try it out, write a book, do a webinar, or whatever, whatever your ideas are.
yeah.
Absolutely, man.
And it's funny, like Andrew was talking about this last, and we'll take some questions too. Last week, or before he went on his trip, he was talking about what was it? He was mentioning, was it Brian, how trading doesn't fulfill that, doesn't give you that satisfaction. It could have been you too as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And teaching, doing other things are more satisfying than trading, right? So, um, once you get it, you realize that, hey, okay, I got to do something else with this time, and that's important. Keep yourself busy.
Mhm.
Question: have we seen anybody quit day trading after trying it for a number of years and not blowing up though? Yeah, there's people that just don't like it. They don't like the active trading. They try it, they do okay, and after a couple of years, they're like, it's just not for me. And they usually end up just either swing trading or still active trading, but not day trading itself like the way we do it here. So some people that do that, or they're very limited in how much day trading they actually do. Right? They find something else that they love. So yeah, we've seen that. We've seen all kinds of members, that go different routes, and that's perfectly fine. You know, so
Yep.
many things you could do, man. Kyle, you have a question about the 5-minute RB. Once you enter the trade, do you scalp 10, 15 cents with a high share size? Uh, yes, I don't like to scalp 10, 15 cents, but sometimes that's what I get. Hopefully I try to shoot for 30 cents. But sometimes when you hit the button, man, you look at the P&L, it's like, oh, that's all I made, 25 bucks, and I partial out 10%, right? And sometimes that happens, like if I get slippage, but I try to at least get, if I can, get 30. Obviously, depends on the stock too. Like you're not gonna get 30 cents on Ford. If you get 5 cents on Ford, you're good. Take everything off. So it depends on the ticker. Right? It's just the stock is so bad. Um, but funny, I don't look at the cents on the side. I'm looking at the price action in the candle and the time, right? Okay, this candle moving up, and I'm seeing some hesitation to move higher. It's stuttering, so I like to say, if it's stuttering to go higher, then I take a partial, right? So, and sometimes that partial could be great, sometimes it could not be great. But I'm so tuned in the price action. I'm just looking at the candles and seeing what they're doing, regardless of what the dollar says on the other side or anything else. So I got my levels set, I got everything set, but once I'm in, it's just what is the price action doing? That's all that matters. My levels, they're for guidance, but all that matters is what is that price action doing, so.
Yep. Price action is king. All the other stuff, even for me, the levels are reference.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
price action is what you really got to pay attention to. That's where I'm focused as well. Got a question here, Holbrook, where do I get these levels from? Pivot levels. They're not pivot levels to begin with, but we do have a special name for them. I'll let you guess. And I get them from the 8 a.m. candle. Measure the distance of the 8 a.m. candle, and then just draw lines at the same distance further on your chart, up and down. That's where I get them from. Another question here, crypto addicted. You want to know how to make the transition to full-time trading? Boy, I'm the wrong person to ask about that. But the traditional thing that's most healthy for most people is keep your job until you find consistency in trading, and then think about quitting your job, and then slowly make the transition. I did it the other way around, which is not, and you can tell I
Yeah,
quit at one point. It was just too much. It's just like, don't do what I did. I was crazy.
yeah,
Still am a
yeah.
little.
Don't
No.
do that. It's funny because some people, after they start making another source of income, their job they actually realize, oh, I actually like my job. It's just that pressure of having another source of income that it changes the way you think, right? You don't just immediately just, oh, let me quit my job, right? Unless you're making so much and your job, the time of your job is affecting your trading and being able to make more money, right? And that's kind of what Andrew did. Andrew kept his job into, I forget the year, but I remember Andrew trading early in the morning, then rushing to his 9 to 5, right? And at that time, he was making like 300, 150 a day, which is pretty decent. Might not be able to live on that in Vancouver, but yeah, he was rushing to his job and so forth. Some people we know traders. Actually, there's one in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna say his name because he might not be on here. If he was, I would have mentioned it. But he has a great job in Brooklyn, makes really great money. He trades big size too. He trades huge size, but he loves his job. He loves what he does. So even though he can live off his trading, he loves what he does, and he's not going to quit. Some of those source of income for him, right? So it depends. Not everybody joins trading to quit their job. Some people actually like what they do,
There you
And
go.
some people, if they don't have the pressure, Avi, to have to work 9 to 5, like if they feel like they could leave any moment and be fine, they end up liking what they do. It gives them that I can't say that word, you. It gives you that you money. You know what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So once you have
No.
that, it changes your perspective about work. Everything is not as
Yeah.
critical. So you might end up liking your job. Your bosses might not like you as much, but yeah, things
Just hanging
things could
around the
change.
office just because,
Yeah,
you
he's like, "What you said to
know.
me? You got to be here on time. I'm 5 minutes late, and you got a problem with that?" Oh man, it's good stuff. It's good to have a little bit of power. Oh
Yes,
man,
there is that. There is that. Oh man.
absolutely fun,
Uh,
fun, fun.
you guys want to real quick while we're here and we got a decent example. I'll show this to you. I was talking earlier about Nvidia reversal from around 140 going up, a big reverse head and shoulders pattern. So if you manage to catch it, your target would be up here at about 140, 140. But you can see on the way how tricky that is to hold through, right? It may hit there, it may not, but that's the thesis of the trade. So what do you do now? It's almost there. Do you hold for a little bit, or it's pulled back? Do you take the profits, but now you left, you should have taken it earlier where you left some on the table. Just showing you guys how reversals are truly quite tricky to manage. So I'm not in this, but this is a setup that some days I would take. This big reverse head and shoulders. You can see reversals don't go smooth. They go in your favor and then they chop around. And where did they chop around? Well, pretty much where it did earlier. You can see that was support turned into resistance, right? So now you have something else to think about as well. So reversals are tricky, fully worth it because if you get an entry down here, perhaps just above 140 with a tight stop, and this is like 10 to 1 if it goes, right? Even if it goes where it got stuck here, it's about 8 to 1, which is already plenty. And the potential of it, is the next level. That's where it really found resistance. The most recent big resistance was there. So that's where you expect it to go, ideally. Right. So again, you're looking at reversals. There's a lot of reward in it, but you got to earn that reward. It's not easy. It's not simple stuff. I don't find it easy. I've only been consistently doing reversals for, I don't know, a year maybe. I don't even know how long, but it's not easy. So things to think about. Just because you stopped out a couple of times doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Right. So there's another side of it as well. Anyways, that just looked like a nice piece of price action on the screen today. Other than Meta, that's the good one.
Yeah. People are saying SMCI possible reversal. Let's take a look. SMCI. Oh my God. For me, it's just like I have to view up. I don't see it. I'll be honest. I don't see it here. But Avi, maybe you do. I don't see it.
Nah, I don't see that a reversal ever happened. I mean, it did happen as it went one way and then went another way, but I don't see a way to get into it. How would you have got into this most recent
And
downtrend
you're thinking long,
an
double
hour ago?
bottom long. Okay. Yeah, he's thinking long. Okay.
Well, double bottom, guys, again, you got to think of it. The definition of a bottom is that it's at a bottom. It's coming from up to down, and now it's bottoming. This thing went from down to up. So if you're looking at this to go long in this 53 zone, I would say more about a continuation, maybe a massive ABCD pattern. Maybe on a 5-minute chart, you might see something like that, or not even there. You might have to go bigger, 30-minute maybe. Maybe there's something there. You can see a ABCD on a 30-minute chart at 53 being the C area. That makes much more sense than a double bottom.
Yeah. Hey, Avi, I lost your audio. You hit the button. You hit the mute button by mistake. I got you
No?
now.
Yes?
I got you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you back. Yeah, yeah.
No, sorry. All right. Thanks. Look at that. My internet connection's unstable. That's what it says right here. Just popped up.
Oh, okay. So it's just
You know
hey,
why?
hey.
Because it was raining. It was raining today
Oh,
in Dubai.
yeah. Hey, man, you're far. So the fact that we got your video and everything good and your screen, that's your screen. So it's like that's pretty awesome.
Cool. Yeah, it's working. Working
Yeah.
so far. Cool, cool. Russ Marv, yeah, TradingView does not have the same 8 a.m. candles that we have on DOS. One of my mentees actually found a workaround. He did something with the script in there. What is it? Pine script, I think it is, and found a way to get that data on the chart. And it's amazing. Like, whoa, brilliant stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have that, and the other way is I've heard Yahoo Finance has it printed at 8 a.m. So perhaps you can look at those opportunities.
Yeah, I think those are transacted trades that they're weird. Like if you ever watch a stock at 8 a.m., sometimes you see it at 9 a.m., but definitely at 8 a.m. you see these transactions being recorded, right? It just kind of goes up and down, and then it creates these wicks, right? It's usually not the actual price action as you would normally see in the pre-market where it goes up nicely and comes back down, right? It's just kind of like a print at times. So you got to watch it. Like if you're ever around at 8 a.m., you can see how those things are being done. I've been in trades when I used to trade pre-market a lot, where I'll be like, let's say long a stock. I just got in long because the pre-market looks good, and then 8 a.m. will come, and you will get a wick that goes all the way down, like $10 below my stop, and I'm like, whoa, we're about to blow up here, and then you realize that it's just literally my P&L did not even move, right? And it'll end up coming back to where it was, and they'll start trading again. So just transactions being posted at that time, and so I guess some platforms don't do that.
Yeah.
And this is why our scanners sometimes don't catch that type of volume. So I guess some platforms don't catch. So the scanners volume might be slightly off, not by a whole lot for more stickers, but they might be slightly off a little. If you guys are wondering. So you guys messaging about that sometimes.
Yeah. And a couple of questions here about the 8 a.m. on the 1 minute or the 5 minute. I just do it on the 5 minute. I've been doing it on the 5 minute, but actually today one of my mentees pointed out that it's actually different on the 1 minute. I just assumed it was the same. But sometimes you'll find differences on the 8 a.m. candle of 1 minute and 5 minute. So if you're gonna do this whole 8 a.m. candle thing, then pick a time frame and stick to it. I'm stuck with the 5 minutes, so I'm just doing that. But
Yeah.
and most of the time it's not hardly a difference.
Yeah.
So
And
just
8
pick a time
a.m. we're
frame.
talking about Eastern time. So always market time. When we're referring to time, we're always talking about market time, which is Eastern. So 8 a.m. Eastern time.
8 a.m. Eastern. Yep. Lana, you want to know if I get in on Nvidia or get out of Nvidia or stay in? Sounds like you're in it. Are you in it? And the way you're asking. So
Nvidia.
Nvidia, wow, well, my target would be up here, and with the option stuff I do, I would take a possible partial the second time or third time that I rejected the 141 area, not the first time. The second time it really found sellers, I would probably take some off and stick my stop at break even and let the rest of it run. And it might stay there for another hour before it at least just pops up and rejects the level and then go down for the day. I mean, that could happen too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would probably manage it like that. Oh, you're not in it. Okay.
Yeah. Reversals, when you're not getting aggressive parabolic reversals, they take time. Because literally Nvidia could, and we've seen this before so many times, right? You come back at the end of the day and like, oh wow, look at Nvidia hit high of day and it's up at 150, right? How many times we've seen that? You don't want to miss out on that move, so you got to kind of stick around for the chop a little bit if it's not hitting your break even, and if you get those moves, obviously take some partials, put some money in your pocket, don't get greedy, but leave some to see where it runs. I'm a big proponent of got to leave some on, especially if you're in the green, to see how far this can go, unless you get a real serious indication, strong indication that okay, we're reversing, we're heading back down to the low of the day, right? Just kind of hang out here. We've been hanging out what almost 40 minutes, 11:15, right? So almost about 40 minutes here coming up. Just kind of hanging out, going sideways, stuck within a very tight range. 141 is somewhat the top of that. Got a few candles above that, and then 140. So just stuck between this $1.50 range right now, and it can
Yep.
break in either direction. 12 o'clock, you start seeing some movement again. So we'll see if we can get something going around 12 here.
Mhm. And Richie, you want to know why I go long only? Richie, I think you and Carlos both missed the point. It's not that I go long only. I trade action that goes down, as in the market's going short. I could be in a short position, but via
That's
long
puts.
options.
Right,
Yes,
right.
as puts. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carlos got it.
No, no,
Cool.
I got it. I got it. It's
Yeah,
more
you
the
got it.
pattern. It's more the pattern, right? So for you, it's more of a you like the patterns long, which I see that because, for example, I'll give you a great example. I cannot identify a reverse ABCD pattern. It takes me a while. Like I cannot see it right away when I should enter the trade. But if you reverse it, right, then if you reverse your charts, you could see that, right? I mean, I don't do that because I'm not a big ABCD pattern reversal, but I get it, man. People feel comfortable going a certain way, whether you're going a long or short. As far as actual stock, that's a whole different story. But yeah. Now, as far as long term though, long term stuff, I only like going long, like actual long, like with the stock to price to go higher, right? For long term stuff, I don't like going short, man. It's I don't know. I'd rather find stocks that have value, have dropped down a lot in the last couple of days, and take them long that way. Um, so
Yeah. There you go. Chong, do I prefer Dubai or USA? For my circumstances at the moment, Dubai. But I was in the US for 20 odd years until 2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
mm, nice.
Dean, do I teach options? Yeah, but I don't like to because for most people who want to be taught options, at least with the way I do it, at that point in their trading, they've been around long enough. They should have been around long enough that they're very consistent in their strategies and all. So they're just trying to leverage up with options. At that point, it's a 5 minute conversation, really. There's not much to it. But people come to me a lot of times and they're like, I just blew up. I have very little money left, so I want to use options to leverage and make it all back. I'm like, what? No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
isn't that
No,
a
I don't
good?
teach the options. Like, nope, don't. I have a, that's a much longer
Yeah,
conversation about don't trade now and simulator and all whatever, all that stuff.
yeah. Because usually when people blow up or they lose a lot of money, it's sometimes not the strategy or the technicals. It's their discipline. Like it's your discipline. So if you're not disciplined in day trading, how are you going to just automatically build that discipline in options, right? Now, if you say, hey, I have not been doing well, I've been dropping, 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 I'm not finding the consistency or I'm not finding what I need, okay, that's different. But if you're blowing up, losing tons of money, this is just another way for you to lose tons of more money. So the discipline is so key, man. You gotta have that first. So yeah, that's not a good reason to go to options.
Yeah,
Not a good
just
reason to be
don't.
trading live. You gotta go, go to the funded account. Go sim first. Show that you can make
Yeah.
money there, and then try to bring that discipline into trading, which is extremely hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy here. Um,
Mhm.
Apple double
Discipline.
top. We're testing it. I don't double top where? Let me see. What time frame you're looking at? Not the 1 minute because it's above 5 minutes. I don't like the way it looks actually. What time frame are you looking at? What's your thoughts? I don't like the way it looks on for a double top here.
Yeah, no, Apple's just that crazy kid in the playground. Just stay away. Just nah. There's nothing in it. There's no top in it. Um,
If
so again,
anything,
it
it
didn't
might
make
it
a
might go
massive.
higher. If anything,
Yeah, if anything, right, that high of day break is the only thing. It's
yeah,
consolidating right below high of day or the big high of day. So if anything, it might push further up above 245. Perhaps there's new buyers there. But that's it. I don't, and even that's like a maybe. I wouldn't think of this as any sort of short or look at the chop and the mess. There's nothing clean about it. So there's,
yeah.
yeah, there's better ways to make money in the market than to play with this.
But again, there's this big candle again. We had in the 5 minute, right? So we had this big candle 11:45, and now we're going sideways. Um, let's see what happens at 12. I would love to wait for 12. Let's see what happens at 12. See if we can get something going. Um, but we saw the same candle back at 11:15. It did the same thing. Had that big candle, went sideways for a little bit, then you dropped pretty significant. So doesn't look like it's doing that here. It's kind of got like a bull flag on the 5 going. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It looks more of a long to me than a short. If I had gun to my head, well, I'm going long on this, not short. If I had to
Mhm.
trade,
Yeah, makes sense. Mike, you want to know, is the Rising Devil a beginner strategy? You're thinking about just trading that strategy starting out. Ooh, risky.
it's a great question.
I
Great question.
think that's a highly volatile strategy. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Just
it
stay
it,
away
it
from
is.
that.
It is volatile. It's a
Use-
great strategy. I don't think I ever traded the Rising Devil or the Fallen Angel. Right, they're both the same thing, just reverse. I don't think I ever traded those strategies because I'm mainly because I'm looking for a 5 minute ORB. So that set is completely the opposite from what I'm focused on looking for. So maybe that's probably the reason why. That strategy happens when my bread and butter happens. So I'm not going to be looking at that strategy. Probably won't learn it because of that. Focus on the 5 minute RB. But when I see Brian and Andrew take it, man, or other people in the community, it's fast paced. It's fast paced.
It's very fast.
Yeah, yeah. Kyle, no, I've been trading 7 years, man. Going on 7 years trading is it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Seven, right? When did I start? Yeah, 20 2017. Yeah, yeah. In 2018, I went live. So yeah, it's been a ride. It's been
Mustafa
a ride.
Rahimi, do you recommend swing trading for beginners? Well, there are books out there called Swing Trading for Beginners. Boy, I think Carlos could tell you more about swing trading. I don't do any of that. What do you think, Carlos? Is it
Yeah.
easier to swing trade than day trade? Is that the question here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's easy to swing trade. I think so. If you have the patience for it, like if you're just gonna, gotta have a process, just not guessing. But it's easier because it's easier on the mind. There's no back and forth and fast-paced thinking and okay, do I get in now? Do I take a partial now? There's so much that goes on with day trading. Swing trading is much easier, but the rewards much more delayed, much more delayed. So I think doing both is a very nice mix. I give you an example. Once the last week I didn't get to trade, and I didn't feel the need to trade. I didn't get to trade one of the days. I forgot which one, but I had a great swing trade that did well, and I closed it out. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, nice. I've been holding this thing for like almost 6 months, right? So I think it's a nice mixture to have. You don't do swing trades, but you do options, right? You do options for a couple of weeks at a time, or no?
No, I just day trade these options, and
Mm-hmm.
outside of this, I just do long-term investments, and those are like 5 and 10 year positions. So that's a whole
Okay,
different
okay,
world.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's a
yeah, the
whole
swing
different
trading
world, yeah.
stuff is I've never
And
looked
and
into it.
And
Mm.
let me be clear, I'm not swing trading for like a couple of 5 day period. My swing trades are a lot longer than that. So they're not long-term investing like 5 years, but I'm not swing trading like, oh, I'm going to get this out on Friday or something, next Friday. They're somewhat thought out. For example, my last one was my big one's on Apple, right? Just look at the value of the stock. The stock is going to come up, right? So we got it on that one. Another one we had was on not Reddit. What's the other social media? I forgot. I gotta go look it up. But it's just I value like okay, this stock is really low, and always long, never short. This is gonna come back up, right? Because long, I feel like it gives you a little bit of buffer. Like if you have to wait, if you have to hold while you're down for a couple of months, it's okay. It's all right. So it's a different animal, but I think it's easier. But I say that for me, everybody's different, man. You might find it harder to find the stocks that you want to look at. Um, but yeah, you got to try it. But I think day trading and swing trading is a great combination. And eventually, if you can do options once you build a discipline, awesome, man. Awesome.
Mhm.
The big money, though, I tell you this: the big money is in swing trading and long-term stuff. That's where the big money is, right? You can only make so much. Like I tell you all the time. I mean, I don't have that size account, but the big money, that's where it's at. These guys are swing trading, because it can build up their position and stuff like that. So that's where the big money's at. But day trading
Mhm.
is it's great, man. It's great. I love it, and you gotta have a passion for it too. Like some people don't like it. They don't like the having to make decisions so quickly. So man, it's already 12. All right, let's see what happens here before we log off.
Mhm.
Where's Apple? See, Apple pulling back. Yeah, so it's still choppy. Meta's gonna lose it, man. Meta did not reverse, man, and that was the
Mhm.
best shot we had, I think, for reversal
Yeah, it
was
just
Meta.
sat there.
Yeah, it just kind of shows you the chop that we're in right now. Tesla big drop here. Let's see. In 15 minutes, we'll get more information on what the market wants to do. So, should be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Um, Abby, my friend, have a great evening. Any plans for tonight?
Sleep, and more sleep. That's it, man.
That
I just
sounds
want to
great.
sleep.
I had a very restful weekend, man. I am fired up. I got P Capital coming up in 30 minutes. We'll meet with those guys and see their trades and how they're doing. But yeah, man, get some rest. Guys over on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you guys being with us. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. We'll be live again tomorrow at 8:30 with the pre-market show. And then Avi and I come back again at 11. So appreciate you guys being here. Thumbs up, subscribe, and have a great trading day. We're getting a little bit of a sell-off here. The SPY could be costing some of that as it goes below the VWAP. So yeah, let's see how this day ends. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Take care, everyone on YouTube. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, take care, guys.